Welcome everyone back for episode 14 of BurghTakes. I'm taking the reins of our intro today. It's my 21st birthday. I figure, you know what? It's my time. It's normally Caleb's podcast, but it's my episode. And you know what? It's a perfect day for it to be my 21st birthday. The World Cup was happening today. USA was facing Belgium. There was a lot of news with the game since we last recorded. They faced Bosnia. There was a lot of, optimism after that game. A lot of politics involved with the World Cup. But guess what? My 21st birthday came around. I was so excited for the World Cup, and then they got absolutely dog walked 4-1. Let's toss it over. Logan, Caleb, what do you guys want to say? Let's just jump
Yeah,
into it. I know we go Pirates first, but we need to get topical right now. What's going on with the World Cup?
I just want to say, first of all, happy birthday, Myles. I'm sorry that it had to happen this way. I know you were looking forward to this as we were all looking forward to this. Like you said, after the Bosnia game, I had really high hopes. I mean, we looked good. We went down to man, we still scored a goal, and we faced the pressure that we had down to man. It gave me some optimism going into this game. And, I still had optimism when we tied that game up. But, that optimism didn't last very long, did it?
Yeah, my name's Caleb. I'm usually the host of BurghTakes, but today I'm not the host. I guess I'm a co-host, as you could say. But my thoughts on the World Cup. Obviously, Bosnia was a really good game. Tillman, I felt like, was a great free kick that he had. Mulligan, obviously, he's a dog. But the one thing, though, the Mulligan situation with the red card was a big topic in that game, and then in the Belgium game as well. Obviously, two guys collided. Mulligan hit him on his shin or whatnot. I think it was ankle, whatever it was.
Mm.
Messi had the same situation. I think Ronaldo also had the same situation before in the World Cup. Didn't get called. Then it wasn't a red card at all. It was a warning. But we did win 2-0 against Bosnia. But I guess the controversial call was with Mulligan, obviously. And politics did get involved in that. Trump apparently called up the FIFA president and was like, yo, you better review that or,
Let our boy play.
yeah,
Let
or
our
let
boy
her.
play.
So that was very controversial. And your guys' thoughts on the call, obviously, I think we all can agree
Well,
it shouldn't have been called
well,
at all.
yeah, that's the thing. It should have never been called in the first place. I mean, it should at minimum it should have been a yellow. I mean,
Mhm.
I don't want to sound like Donald Trump, but like when you look at the refs' past history of match rigging, and I don't know, it's just why was he even out there? It is just my opinion on it. Like,
Well, I agree with this point, and I do think that the card situation was completely overblown. It was not a red. We can agree on that.
yeah,
But I
exactly.
think the privilege that Balogun is being extended is not, equal to his talents. Let's say maybe we can
True,
we can compare it to the Messi and the Ronaldo situations.
true.
Messi's been playing amazing, and Ronaldo, he played okay. They got eliminated today. He didn't play well enough. But let's talk about Balogun. I mean, what did he do in that game? He completely fluffed his lines in front of goal, and he didn't do anything. So that's almost where it's like, sure, he got a bad call and he was at the victim at the end of it, but it's like, yeah, we went through all these hoops and what did he do? He almost
Yeah,
ghosted out there. There was
I
no
mean,
point of him.
he had a clear shot on net and he put it right into the goalie's chest. So, I mean, you're not wrong. He was getting locked down out there. They just seemed like they had their game plan was just we're gonna lock Balogun down, and we had no idea what to do with that. Yeah, like you said, Miles, I don't even think he's like at the pedigree where I think their whole defense should be thinking about only Balogun. I mean, we have Pulisic, Tillman, like all these players, but like it's just it's weird, but it worked. So I mean, like, what can I say? I really wanted to beat Belgium too because I saw a lot of their players and staff bitching about the like the overturning and everything, which I thought it should have been overturned regardless of if politics got into play of it. But I mean, the better team won. I guess we'll say that.
Yeah,
Well,
I
I mean,
thought
that's
Tillman.
all.
No, I
No, go,
thought
Caleb.
Tillman. I just thought Tillman had a great game. Obviously, Mulligan was nowhere to be found. Obviously, when we first started the game, we were so scared. The whole
Hmm.
team was so scared. Like even
Hmm.
going after the ball and hesitating. Like
Oh.
even like throughout the whole game, we kept hesitating. I don't know. Like there was just this one player. I don't know who it was. Or maybe it was just the whole team. But like when the ball was in the air, no one would go for the ball. No one would
Hmm.
call for it. Like no one would just go for it. They would just wait till it's bounced, and then once someone moves, they all move. Um, we did dominate in possession. We did have 57% in possession. Couldn't do anything with it when it comes to shots. Belgium had 15 shots on us, 7 on target. I mean, some of the first two goals shouldn't have happened. Both headers that
Yeah.
should have been like Tim Ream. Like what? Like I understand you're old, but like you're taller than him. How are you letting him get over you like that? Like that's just like crazy to me. Um, but yeah, I mean, it was a bad game. Like it wasn't our best showing. We could have done way better, especially coming off that Bosnia win, especially down a man.
Well, I think also too that second goal should have never happened. I mean, that was just a complete misplay by our goalie. I can't remember his name right now, but like he just has
Freeze.
yeah, freeze. Like Caleb, you talked about the hesitation. He got that ball. He had it cleanly. He had no one in front of him really until he hesitated. That hesitation
Hmm.
cost him the goal. And like you talked about Tim Ream. Tim Ream honestly probably should have stopped that shot. It was right at him, but he kind of like stepped over it. It just didn't like if when I watched the first 15 minutes of that game, we looked like a completely different team. We like you said, we just looked scared. We didn't look like we knew what to do. We weren't connecting passes. They had 6 shots on us in 10 minutes. Like that's how bad that game was getting. And yeah, we picked it up, but that game we and like you said, we had dominating possession, but that game we never looked in control at all. At all.
I mean, that's almost what I was gonna say, and I know you misspoke there. You said the second goal. That was that third goal. I
Oh,
mean,
true.
almost that second goal, like that Belgium had. I mean, we equalized, and they scored what, like 2 minutes equal, like right after. The whole United States attack, midfield, defense, like the whole unit just didn't look well oiled. It almost looked like we talked about the Belgium, like how old they were before the game, and now that we actually were there, it looked like they just were connected. They knew what they were doing, and USA just wasn't prepared for the situation. I just didn't look like we were playing for a team that was comfortable.
Well, it just shows how experienced Belgium is. Like all those guys are playing in top leagues and they're used to that pressure. That's what I took from it. Like none of our guys are. There's only two
Oh,
guys that play in League
absolutely.
One. It's only Balligan and I mean I don't know what McKenzie and them play in or whatnot, but I know
Well,
Christian
McKenzie
Pulisic
plays
and
in, yeah, Italy. No, we have
yeah,
literally, I
you
think,
only
the
have two
only people
guys
that
that
play in
have
England. Yeah,
experience. That's it.
well,
That
I
yeah, we
play
think
that
don't.
are in League One.
I think another thing that kind of killed my confidence too was like watching the previous performance of Belgium and them coming back from 2 goals within 5 minutes and winning that game, and also the fact that I'm pretty sure they were one of our pre-tournament games where they also beat us like 3-1 too. Which looking back on that and everything, the signs were all there, and they were also I think that was their 18th game in a row that they've won or drawn. Like they haven't lost in 18 games, so. I mean, they look like they're actually starting to live up to their potential that everyone's talked about for the past couple tournaments.
Yeah, I mean, and they failed on it for so many years. Like they had this golden generation of sorts. Like
Exactly.
Lukaku was in his prime and he didn't really capitalize on it. Like we talked about it, a lot of the, or we didn't talk about it, but like a lot of the controversy before this game was they didn't even start De Bruyne. They didn't even start Doku. Those are their two of their best Belgium players, and they didn't even play in the starting 11. And they cruised. I don't even think De Bruyne didn't even come in, did he?
Nope, he did not.
Mm-mm.
Did
Exactly.
not
Like
come
they
in.
didn't even need their top caliber and experienced prestige players. Um, USA has a lot of growth to do, and I mean, tell me if I'm wrong here, but I mean, looking at this team, like the fullbacks outside, the wingers, the attackers, they look okay in the midfield everywhere, but the center backs, the defenders, and the goalkeeper, they just need to get some young guys going. I don't know. Next World Cup, they got to find some new talents because it just is really clear you cannot go into these international appearances with Tim Ream and Freeze. I mean, Freeze had that big save early, but like it just this back line and this defense and this goalkeeper is not good enough to be a World Cup caliber team.
100% agree. I mean, overall, the World Cup, I thought it was really good. I mean, it lived up to the expectation, but what would
Do
you
you
guys
think
rate?
so?
I
Well,
think we fell short.
Do you think?
no,
Yeah, I
no,
think we
I
fell
think, well,
short.
yeah. I meant like overall, just like all the teams, like not just USA in general, just
Well, yeah,
everything
the
all
Well, our
together. I
tournament
thought
as
it
a
was
hosting
whole has
super
job,
been
fun.
yeah,
great,
our
but
Yeah,
yeah,
the
but
hosting
host,
like
job
the
wasn't been
hosting job.
amazing. I think
But
it's
the USA
exceeded
team, no.
our
Like we said
expectation.
last episode, we talked about what would be a success, what would not be. This wasn't like we should have. If we beat Belgium and then played Spain, that's a success. We
yeah,
losing to Belgium, that's just like, yeah, I don't. We're
we were
better than
supposed to
that.
get our lick
I
back,
don't know.
man.
Yeah.
That's what it was supposed to
I
be.
mean,
They beat us what, 6 times, 4 times in a row
They
now?
beat us
Six
worse
times?
than what they beat us last time, dude.
Yeah.
well, it's not
They're
even like
undefeated.
a close win would have, a close loss would have been like we could have stomached that.
Yeah,
Like after what we've seen, like a
exactly.
penalties loss, we would have been like, okay, the veteran
Mhm.
team just edged us out. But
Yeah,
losing 4-1, we just got completely outclassed, and that's not what we expected. And now
and
it
It
it's
feels like
just
like,
we have nowhere to go to because our coach and everything's changing.
hmm
So
yeah,
I
hmm
don't know
and,
what to do.
we
It
were
just feels like this was the year to actually not win it all, but go far, and it just feels like
hmm
we aren't. So I don't
it
know what
felt
to
like
do.
it felt like we had the players. It felt like we had the path set out to make the quarterfinals, and we fell short. And I thought that Belgium was probably one of the European teams that we could have, like one of the top European teams that we could have upset. So I mean, it just it didn't work out, and I don't like you said. I don't know where to go from here. I think honestly, I feel like I saw somewhere where Landon Donovan talked about it, and I don't feel like we'll ever really have a good age until like 2040. I feel like this World Cup will do a lot of good for youth soccer in the United States right now, but I don't think we'll have a really good team for another like 20 years.
Well, that's actually a really good point. Is I feel like this World Cup has awoken a beast.
Hmm.
Like obviously last World Cup, I was surprised. Even like we were in high school last World Cup. I mean,
Yeah,
that's how
yeah,
long it takes every cycle. I mean,
yeah,
and I was surprised how much even our like college age or high school age kids, our age really embraced it. Like there was people that we talked to
yeah,
in high school that really weren't soccer people that just embraced it.
yeah,
So I feel like this World Cup it was embraced on a different level, and I feel like going forward you will see a different thing with soccer. But I think it also ties into just making the MLS something different than a retirement league,
exactly,
which is what it is, and making the United States soccer brand stronger and it matters a lot on what they do with the coaching situation because there's going to be a lot of questions with that and Pochettino potentially leaving from Milan. Um, which is also interesting because Pulisic plays for Milan. And his last game with him was terrible. So
yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of weird things when it comes to USA soccer. It feels like we're definitely in a pivotal period, but the momentum's up.
Well, I
Well,
think
is it?
just it being hosted here it just makes it even better for guys just to be
Yeah,
like more motivated to
yeah,
be better. And it was just like I mean always talk about it when in high school when we watched the World Cup, and I really felt like that was like the greatest World Cup. Like I've never been into soccer so
yeah.
much to the point where I'm watching every
That's where I
single
got
game
really
during
into
school.
it.
Like it was just crazy. And yeah, this is like the only time I watch soccer. It's kind of hard to watch soccer, especially in the United States, with
Hmm.
like most games being at like what 12 a.m. like
Yeah,
dead
oh
ass like
And
yeah.
it's like we're
midnight.
not gonna watch MLS games because they're
Like I'm
boring.
so like I know Logan, you've been watching almost every game and how
Oh, I love it.
into the
I
games
love
you are in
international
World Cup.
soccer.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
like, dude, this tournament's been, in my opinion, better than 2022. It's felt so fun, and like, honestly, I don't even think like, yeah, we did good. We put on a good performance, and I think that our team itself will inspire the next generation and everything. But I think also just like being involved in the culture and seeing the culture of it, and just like being experiencing it, being able to sit in front of the TV and watch these teams like Cape Verde, like go toe to toe with Messi and all this shit. This is what inspires you, like seeing the like all that
Oh,
stuff. So it's like,
absolutely.
so I
Absolutely.
think this that it being in America too will 100% inspire so many kids, and I think it's a great thing that we've had it, and and it's sad to see us go out, but hey, it's still here, so I mean, we still get to experience it firsthand.
Well, I mean, I know we're not really like you touched on it briefly. Like, I'm not trying to get super political here, but like it definitely was like it tapped into a sense of patriotism too.
Yeah.
Like it united the country and
Yeah.
it really did a lot of good. And despite the 4-1 loss and all of the anger that's going to come with that, I just think that proves how much Americans finally care about soccer. I
Hmm.
mean, Americans
I agree.
berate any single fucking football team that loses or does something stupid. And it's nice to actually finally see the U.S. Soccer team get that type of recognition, even though,
Yeah.
it's bad, obviously, but it means people finally care.
Yeah.
People are finally mad.
They want
I hope
more.
next
We
World
want
Cup,
more. We're
oh,
hungry.
we do. I hope next World Cup that we can be this hungry and not complain about the stupid rules like offsides and not sound so stupid.
Yeah.
I
Well,
Um,
and
have I
also
have
and also I hope that our next team doesn't crumble under pressure and get scared whenever the big boys come out. Because we beat
Absolutely.
every team we were supposed to beat, minus Turkey.
Yeah.
We were supposed to beat them because they were kind of like looking ass in the group stage, but they pulled it out on us. But
Well,
you know, I mean, Turkey was the only team that was kind of like pre tournament that we were supposed to like be scared about. But you know what I mean? It's like we just fell short at the first obstacle, at the first real obstacle. That's what kind of sucks about it.
looking forward, we head closer to Turkey. I mean, we head towards
True.
the deserts in Middle East when it comes to the next World Cup we're going to be going to. I think it's in Saudi or somewhere. I don't know where it
Saudi.
is. I think it's
No,
in
no, wait,
Saudi.
no. It's in Spain,
Where's
Morocco, and
is it?
Portugal, and then 2034 is Saudi Arabia.
Okay, I know. Just that would be our next one to be competitive. I would imagine.
Yeah,
Um,
you're right.
but
You're right.
but yeah, I mean, no, you're right. But just looking forward, I think we can put a pin on this World Cup before we move to our regular scheduled programming when it comes to the Pirates. We talked about this last episode when it comes to comparing the host nations. I'm gonna rebroach that topic of which, now that all the host nations are finally eliminated. Do we think that Mexico really got? I mean, personally, when it comes to me, I think Mexico is the nation that probably succeeded the most with this World Cup.
Uh,
They sent off a legend like a Kocha, and then they, really tested England. I think
That was such a
Mexico had
good
a
game.
great display in this World Cup.
well, you know what? I will go against that though because I will say, they are cursed in the round of 16. They've never gone past a round of 16. They won the round of 32. Congratulations, but they were acting like that was a round of 16 win, and that kind of came back to bite them in the ass. That was also their first loss in the World Cup in the Estadio Azteca, which
Yeah,
is
it
crazy.
was.
That's their
I was
third
surprised.
third competitive loss all time as like playing in Mexico in that stadium. So that's insane. Like, so I
Well,
mean,
speaking about
they
that, sorry to cut you
succeeded,
off real
but
quick. Did you see
yeah,
that the England players were allowed to wear Viagra because of
I
the
did.
altitude?
Yeah, I did see that. I did see that.
Fucking-
I
I
just
mean, I
wanted
get.
to.
Well, speaking of that, with the altitude, I don't know if you guys watched, but pregame, the Mexican players were trying to fuck with the English players, like trying to they were like clenching their jaw and moving it, like trying to make it look like they were popping their ears, trying to like make them think about the altitude, because like the guy's like doing it, he's like looking over at the like trying to make sure they're looking at him, and
That's
so
hilarious.
I think, and also like I don't know if you guys saw like the fan interactions with like them, like the Mexican fans threatening to cut off English fans' heads. Like, yeah, Mexico
It's
did good, but
football,
I feel like,
soccer,
yeah, I
whatever you
mean,
want
it's
to
a
call it.
different
Like this
breed
is
down there,
intense.
but I mean, I think as a host nation, they did really good, and I think objectively, we all did good as host nations. We should have done better, but I expected more out of us in Mexico, to be honest. But shout out Canada, they did okay.
I mean,
Shout out
you see
Canada.
all the fans all over TikTok, over social media, coming to the United States, going to Mexico, and all that, and looking at all the food we have, and like just like going crazy
Oh my
over
God,
like
yeah,
how like different it is over
they
here
love
compared to like
ranch.
England and Europe. Yeah, like you saw
Oh,
a
they
guy
do
like
love ranch.
go to Costco and just see how big of a bag you can get in cereal and stuff like that, and he was just
They go into
amazed how
WalMarts and shit.
yeah, no, I think we definitely. So I think blew everyone out of the water when it comes to hosts. I mean, last host Qatar, their food was, I mean,
Well,
no
they
one
didn't
really
let anybody have
didn't
fucking
really have
beer, so I
anything.
mean, the
Hey,
bar
it's
was
about
pretty fucking low.
hospitality. This is the
Yeah.
first World Cup where genuinely felt for like in a while that it was
Mm-hmm.
built for the fan.
Yeah,
Like
Well,
this
it
World
was.
Cup genuinely did feel like it was built for the fan and not just the American fan because it didn't feel like it was built for the American fan.
mm-mm,
Like it honestly felt like
mm-mm.
most of the fans were European.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
yeah,
So
especially
I
on
don't
this
know.
100%.
side, like the United States didn't play a single game on the East Coast. Like we only
They
saw
didn't.
Really?
All
like
the yeah,
European
they
Oh,
teams.
didn't.
yeah.
So like we more experienced like the Europeans and like the South American African teams, while we didn't really get to have America in this side of the states.
hmm Yeah, well, hopefully
Let's get back to the
Let's
school
doom
back
and
to
year.
regular
gloom.
scheduled programming.
The
Well,
doom
let's
and
go
gloom,
back
Caleb.
to Pittsburgh Pirates. Honestly,
Another
we'll get through
day.
the games. Not really much to talk about. I mean, same old team, but we'll just keep it going. Obviously, last episode we talked about the Phillies, us getting in a series with them. We were on the road. Aaron Nola got the mound for the Phillies. He went 4 innings, 8 hits, 7 earned runs with 5 strikeouts. Ashcraft had another solid game. He went 6 innings, 5 hits, 5 earned runs with 8 strikeouts. Bullpen did pretty solid. Soto only gave up 2 earned runs. Felt the bullpen did pretty solid for us. But I mean, Ashcraft was like he had those 5 earned runs. He was getting touched a little early, but he bounced back in the next few innings. Like I said, Pirates were all over Nola early. Eddie Rodríguez, he had 2 hits. He went 2 for 3 with a home run. Valdez continues to rake for us. I'm going to keep saying that again. Continues to rake for us. He's 2 for 3 with a home run. Ahern went 2 for 5. Konnor Griffin had 2 hits, and Jerry Triola also had a home run with 1 hit. And Pirates did win 11-7. And I just wanted to bring this up, and then we'll go to the next games. But the Phillies announcers, I don't know if you guys realize how much shit they were talking about us and all that. Like
they were hating on everything.
It was literally everything we did. They were just talking shit. Like it was so annoying. Like on the 3-1 pitch, it was just like, bro, like come on. I know you're biased, but like
it went mega viral too,
dude.
Yeah,
it went pretty viral.
Did you see the stupid shit they said? They were like, "Oh, fucking Endy Rodríguez can't hit home runs," and then he fucking hits a home run next pitch, and they're like, "Well, he's only ever hit 3 home runs."
Valdez has more power than you.
It's like, like, shut up.
Like, come on.
Well, I want to ask you guys a question on this. I saw a lot of people in the comments saying like, "Oh, away broadcasters do this all the time," and I do think that's true. I mean, with my internship this summer, I feel like I've seen a lot of. I mean, it's minor league baseball, so like I've seen it in like a very small perspective, but like I've seen that. And I don't feel like the Pirates broadcasters do that. I don't feel like the Pirates broadcasters talk bad at all. So like it's weird to see everyone online be like that and then say that, and then the Pirates don't do it at all.
I mean,
are we a classy franchise?
I'll have to search up clips and see other guys talking shit.
I don't know.
I never see it anywhere. Are we a classy
franchise? I know Greg Brown is classy. I don't think Greg Brown is a guy that would do that, but I mean, I don't know. It makes me feel a little weird that everyone's saying it, and it just is like, whoa, I don't see it. I mean, this is why Pittsburghers are making a big deal out of it.
Well, why would we talk shit? How much struggle we've been through? Like, why?
That's a good point. Actually, is a good point.
Greg Brown has no room to talk. He knows what's going on. Like,
it is kind of like everyone talking shit on the Browns, and it's not like what Browns announcers don't talk trash. It is kind of like that.
I've never seen that though. With the Phillies, I've never seen a baseball like broadcast talk shit on other teams like that.
No,
maybe I just haven't. It happens. I've never. I mean, maybe I'll have to do my research. I just thought it was crazy how the way they were talking, and they weren't just doing it one time; they were doing it multiple times throughout the game. Just hate him for no reason. Game 2 against the Pirates versus Phillies. Christopher Sanchez got the mound. He went 7 innings, 3 hits, 9 strikeouts. Kind of just his game. We kind of threw this game away, honestly. Bubba Chandler, he got the mound. He went 6 innings, 7 hits, 5 earned runs for 6 strikeouts. Honestly, not a bad game for Bubba. As it turned out, I was watching the game. Really wasn't that bad as it seems like. But our bullpen obviously didn't do well. Tyler Callahan did go in the in the 9th inning, I think it was, which was funny because the last episode we talked about him a little bit. But yeah, obviously
hold on real quick. One thing about him, I'll say it on the mound real quick. I mean, you're a utility guy in your second year. I hate seeing the utility guys do these little bloopers. I know you're a ball player. You can throw faster than 60 miles an hour. Stop worrying about getting hurt. Yeah. You're on the mound. Just throw the fucking baseball.
That is true. They do that a lot. Everyone you see that, they just do that little. You're right.
That's exactly. And Callahan does it. And his pitching performance was not terrible. He was better than most position players on the mound. But I hate this little looping 60-mile-per-hour in. 30 years ago, you used to see guys who played center field in their career and then positioned to pitcher. Like it used to be possible. You used
on the mound.
That's what I'm saying. Like you used to be able to see guys like test it. I want to see him test the waters. Tyler Callahan, you're in your second year. You are the de facto position player on the mound. Feel comfortable up there. Whip a curve. Whip a knuckle. Don't do these little bloopers. I'm tired of it. I want to actually see something. I want to see something real. That's the one thing I want to say on that before you go on to game 3.
Yeah, there wasn't really much this game. Like I said, Christopher Sanchez dominated. Kind of a throwaway game from Don Kelly. When I first saw the lineup, I was like, okay, this game's kind of a throwaway. Obviously, Christopher Sanchez dominated last time we played him. Does it again. I mean, he's a Cy Young caliber right now, the way he's throwing it. Phillies did win that game 8-0. But But moving into Game 3, Zach Wheeler got the mound. He went 4 innings, 9 hits, 4 runs with 10 strikeouts. Another solid performance from him. Ever since he came back from injury, he's been dominating recently. But a guy that hasn't been dominating, and there's a lot of talk right now in Pittsburgh right now, is Paul Skenes. He went 4 innings, 6 hits, 7 earned runs with 5 strikeouts. Honestly, our bullpen didn't really play that bad at all, except Dennis Santana just gave up two earned runs. But honestly, Cam Sanders and Yohan Ramirez did a really good job. But again, another bad start from Skenes, and ever since he's on the mound, 8-game losing streak when he's on the mound.
It's more than that now.
It's more than that. Maybe I got it wrong.
This was his last start, so I mean, I'm pretty sure it's up to them now.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Nick Gonzalez,
he hasn't
before
looked
we
good.
talk about that, Nick Gonzalez, he went 3 for 4 this game, had an RBI, not really much going with the. I mean, it was a gettable game. Like, we could have won this game, but we couldn't capitalize in scoring position. But Phillies did win 10-6. But with Skenes being the main topic, dude, he's just not looking good at all. You're seeing the fastball.
I think this might have been one of his worst starts all year.
Yeah,
he just didn't look efficient.
I don't know what else to say.
I see people online saying this shit like it isn't mental, but it feels like the more and more it piles up, he's getting worse and worse. Like, people are talking about anything. They think he's injured. They think he's changing everything. He hasn't.
His last good start was when he went 8 innings like a while ago on our episodes. Like, I remember when he went back-to-back 8 innings. That was the last time he was efficient in back-to-back games. That's the last time he was. And I remember that. He's awful.
Yeah, no, Myles, I know what you're talking about. I've seen a bunch of people talking about, like, he's changing up his mechanics and all of this shit. And I've seen people talking, oh, he's a guy who really advocates for self-preservation and all of this shit. Well, yeah, but, like, I don't think he's gonna do that much that'll fuck him up that bad. And, you know, I think, like, you are on to, it has to be something mental at this point. Like, you know, I feel like it also is coming down to, like, a team thing where it's just like, okay, if we're losing 8 games in a row, it's gotta be like the team's like, oh no. You know, it's like, it feels bad to say it because he is supposed to be our guy, but it's just, it doesn't feel like he is. And I know we're going to talk about it later, but I'm excited to talk about the All-Star thing because
that was going to mention that. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy too.
We'll save that for a little bit though.
Yeah. I mean, but just on this topic, do you think, I mean, the main topic, everyone's talking about what's changed with him. That's moot. No one knows what's different. So we can continue to waste words, but I'd rather ask you guys a simple question that's been battled along. Is it him or Konnor Griffin that's the face of the franchise right now?
Right now,
KG. Whenever I see KG, I want to watch the game. I'm sorry. Ever since KG got up, and maybe it's just because like he was so hyped up, and I watched him when he went down to Florida. When I went down there, and obviously he didn't play good down there, but like ever since he just started getting into the main spotlight for us, I've loved watching. I mean, I went to his home opener when he first came here. Like, it was just, I don't know. I'm definitely KG though.
No, I 100% agree with you, Kaleb. I think it's KG. I think as soon as he came back, he kind of gave that spark to our offense and a little bit to our defense.
He had a home run
with him making those crazy catches and everything.
He did. I was gonna say we could talk about that in the next series, that he made a pair of crazy catches.
That's what I mean. He comes back and he makes an instant impact, and it feels like Paul Skenes' impact has been mute or negative. So I mean, it just. What were you gonna say?
It's been like. Yo, Skenes, it's a Skenes day. Yo, let's turn on the TV. Oh, Konnor Griffin's playing. Oh, I want to watch. Like, that's how it is now. Like, I don't really want to. When I see Skenes, I'm like, oh, okay, like, whatever.
It just feels like it's another day now. It doesn't feel like a special day.
When I see Konnor Griffin, I'm like,
hungry.
Oh, shit. Like,
he's hungry. KG's hungry.
He is.
This is going to be weird, but I was on X, on Twitter the other day, and his father is a coach, and he posted this. It was a message about Konnor Griffin, him texting Konnor Griffin, telling him about the changeup low and away or something like that, about that first pitch home run he got when he came back. But above that, there was a message that was all blacked out, and that, that message blackout that you can do with the pen tool, but that isn't reliable. You pump the settings a certain way, and you can read those messages. And I saw someone online do that, and KG was very happy about the opportunity to be leadoff. And I really like to see that. I really do. I really
Mhm.
like to see him sending. I mean, his father's a coach, and I mean, it's his father's bond, and that post was eventually deleted. So I know for a fact this was what was posted.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they wouldn't delete it if it wasn't for nothing. But KG texting his father and saying like, "Hey, Cruz is out, Horowitz is out. I'm leading off. I want to take this opportunity to be lead off and never look back. Like, I think he wants to be that guy." And I think that's different with Skenes because Skenes, like, and they've talked about this a lot. He's someone in this whole, lockout situation who's been trying to fight a lot with like, player rep and about money and about this and about the Livy and about this. Like, he's always a person
Yeah.
who's self-identified. But Griffin ain't that guy. He is a Steel City guy. Like, I think we
Yeah,
really lucked into
I
a guy
agree.
that's not only just a player of a special caliber, but a mentality that fits the city of Pittsburgh.
I
yeah.
agree completely.
I mean, he signed 7 years, so like, yeah, I think he's the face. But I don't know when it comes to Paul Skenes, I really don't know what's going on. Like, I seriously like maybe he's
Well,
just hanging
can
out
we,
with Livy Dunn too much. Like,
well,
maybe he needs to
I don't know.
get in the pen.
I've
Like,
seen people
I don't.
say that exact thing. That's
No,
how
it's we're
crazy
just
it's
joking.
getting.
We're just
well,
That's
joking.
how,
I
but
I'm
mean,
just
that's how
joking about it.
crazy
Like,
it's getting. You're
no, yeah,
joking, but there's people that have said that are not joking.
yeah. I
well, I
don't
mean,
know. Like, I really.
I just want to bring up. I want to say like Paul Skenes too. The other thing is like Caleb, you just brought up how we signed Konnor Griffin for 7 years. Some people's like we all kind of feel like Paul Skenes might have one foot out the door with this team. Like we all kind of feel like
Oh,
Paul Skenes wants to
absolutely.
leave this team.
That's
So
uh,
it's
that's
kind of it's
absolutely
that
true.
too. So if we have a guy who's already committed to us, already said he's going to bring championships to us, and then signed and made that big commitment to us, and then we have Paul Skenes who says that stuff, but it doesn't. It feels shallow. It doesn't feel like you said, it doesn't feel like it has that hunger that Konnor Griffin has.
Can I pose you a question, Logan? I've heard a lot of people online say that the problem with Skeens because a lot of the thing is his velocity. Obviously, he came in with this
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
this tall 6'6" guy who could pump 100 miles an hour, three digits on the
Mm-hmm.
track, man. He hasn't done that. What can he do? Like 95 now, 96?
Yeah. That's what I was
A lot
saying.
of guys online are saying that he's like holding himself back. You kind of like touched on it a little bit there,
I
like
did.
he has one foot out the door. Like, do you think that that's something like that maybe he's holding himself back and like these outings he's not trying all the way? Because
Well.
obviously there is something in his windup that he looks almost like he's not pushing himself all the
Mm-hmm.
way. But what do you think? I don't think that's the case, but I don't know. I've seen a lot of people juggle that point.
I can see the argument for it. I really don't think it's like that. I think honestly what it is at first it was kind of him trying to save himself so he can pitch a whole season. I think in reality it's him trying to pitch the whole season and wanting to be able to be in tip-top shape in order to pitch for that playoffs and turn it up into the playoffs. That's just how I see it. But, I mean, I can see the argument for him saving it for another team, but in reality, I just think that's a little silly. I don't think he's thinking that far into because I mean, if you start tanking your career, I mean, I guess it's like you're
You're
not
not
going to
going to
get
get the
paid.
contract.
Yeah, you're not going to get paid. So I mean, I think that's a little silly, but I I think the self-preservation part isn't bad if you want to pitch the whole season, you want to do all this, but it just doesn't feel like it's just like it just feels like he's lost his efficiency in doing so, so it just cancels out.
What do you think? There's an injury? That's almost the other point that people are going with. It's
If
either
there's an
it's
Injury?
either
injury,
Why
like
wouldn't you result? Like, that's
I
just
don't think they would. I
stupid
don't
to
think they would
me.
let him pitch injured. I think
well,
he's too
some
much of
people
their
are
gem.
almost saying like I've seen people say that he's threatened by Ashcraft
I
or
could
he's
see that.
threatened
I
almost
could
and
see
like
his
this
ego being
injury
threatened by
or
that.
he is injured because I've seen a graph today that was his velocity per start throughout these 3 years that he's had and through his day one start and now it's gone down every single one. There's not any jumps at all. It's like a
Mhm.
straight down. um yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't think he's injured. I think he's personally. I think, like I've
I
said, that
think he's
he's
holding back.
mentally not. I think he's mentally not okay. I don't think he's. I don't think he's. I think he's changing a lot of things mentally.
Yeah,
Mm.
Like
I think
I
he.
physically, I
still,
don't think anything's
You
changed.
know, This might be a good analogy. I feel like it's kind of like a golf swing. When you try to think too much about it, you don't do it as well. Like when you
That's a
try and go,
perfect
when you
analogy.
just go up at it and you swing at it, you sort it, you pretty much 90% of the time you're going to connect in the center of it. But whenever you try to think about the wind and all this shit, and how do I hit the green? I feel like he's thinking about like all that shit, like you were talking about, and that's just getting in his head, like the bad performances, the noise outside, all this stuff. Yeah.
Real quick before I turn it over to Caleb, because I know he has something to say. Like I think that's actually a really good point that we need to focus on these next coming weeks, because the thing that he was praised on coming in was like, remember his whole rookie year, his training was like, oh, before his games he does that water thing on his back, he does the
Mm-hmm.
pool noodle, he does the football, he doesn't do actually any throwing. So
Mm-hmm.
now that it's at that point where it's like, oh, it's yeah, I can't
Oh,
remember the
he
point I
doesn't
was
do
trying to
any
make.
of his like he doesn't do his original procedures before he goes out to the
Exactly.
mound anymore. Like he got rid of
No,
some
he
of it.
does. He does. He does. But it's just it just feels like it's so stuck in that it's not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He
I get
has
what
to
you mean.
change that. It's
Like
it's, it's
he's
so many years later. He has
Yeah.
to
mm-hmm.
change.
I still
like he's
think
stuck in
like
his old
yeah.
ways.
I still think even if like he still has the same like if he doesn't improve at all in this his whole season, I still think he's gonna get paid no matter what. I think that's just I don't know. I still think that's my belief. I still think he's going to get over $500 million. I think that's guaranteed. No matter, I mean, obviously, if he has two back-to-back bad seasons, then it's like, because we have him for another 2 years, 3 years before,
Yeah, I think
right?
3 years of
3 years.
contract,
So like,
six
if he
years
has like
total.
two
Yeah.
back-to-back really bad series or bad seasons, then it's like question what like he's not adjusting well or whatnot. But I still think he still gets the money. When you were talking about Logan was talking about that way earlier in his point, and I just wanted to jump in and say that. But yeah. I don't know what's wrong with him. We don't know what's wrong with him. There's a lot of scenarios on the internet that are going back and forth with it, like we said. Um, but moving away from that, I guess to his best friend, as always,
Wrangle.
Jared Jones. For Game 4 of the Pirates, he got the mound. Before we get to that, Alan Rangel, he got the mound. They were doing a bullpen game for the Phillies. He went 4 innings, 3 hits with 4 strikeouts. Like I said, Jared Jones got the mound. He went 4 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run with 6 strikeouts. Bullpen played played really solid, honestly. Great game by Jones in the bullpen. The bat showed up against the Phillies bullpen. Like I said last series, I think this was a gimme game, and we did grab this game. Pirates did win 6-1. Nick Gonzalez led with 3 hits. Jake Magnum led with 3 hits. Nick Gonzalez had a home run. Valdez, like I said in this series, he's been raking. He went 2 for 4. He had 3 RBIs. Brandon Lowe had two hits, and Eddie Rodríguez gets 1 home run, and he went 1 for 4. We did split this series against Phillies. I thought this was a win. Honestly, I didn't think we would
Mm-hmm.
even come close to even like winning this series, but I think a split is definitely a scenario that I like that. Like that's
Oh, it's
perfect.
a win in my
Yeah.
books.
Yeah,
It's a
that's
win in my.
perfect for me.
I thought we would only win one.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
In wrapping up this series, we have to talk about Valdez. You talked about him there. He had that great series, great game in the finale, but in the opener of the series, he had a home run. He had 4 for 5 or 4 for 6, whatever the game was. It was this amazing stat, whatever ESPN quotrix asterisk you want to put on it. But there was some like historic thing that he did where he had this tons of power. And in the middle of that, I don't know if you guys saw, he had that 464
Yeah.
foot
Mhm.
bomb out to left
Mhm.
center or center, I think it was, or right. I don't know where exactly it was, but I mean, this guy's been playing really good, and the power was showing early. And even if it wasn't, he's still been playing really good. He's been
Well,
driving
I
in
remember
runs.
Logan said it when he hit a home run in front of his family and he got called down. He took that personal. He really
He
did
No,
take
did.
I
that
said
personal
it.
He
because
I
did. That
said
was a good point.
when he got
I
called
said it
back
was
up,
stupid for him to get sent
yeah,
down, man.
and he got
I
called
said
back
it
up,
from the
and
beginning.
he's been playing awesome. So
Yeah.
that's
I
yeah.
But we got it. Like, this is the topic we have to talk about before we dive into this whole national series. Like, they have a problem when it comes to the outfield. Like, they have him
Mhm.
that could play right, O'Hearn, Cruz,
They're
Reynolds,
going to be coming back, so it's like who you going to send
and
down?
yeah. Well, no, it ain't about that. One got to go to DH, and who's holding that
Yeah,
DH spot?
Bruce.
Um,
Cruz.
no,
Yeah,
no. the
I
Big
would
Bear,
say,
Marcell Ozuna. So
Oh
the
my
talk
god.
is do we release him? Is the release coming?
I
I
think he's
mean,
better on the bench. I think he's overall good on the bench. Everyone likes him being like that
you think
coach
he's a good
or
glue
But
whatnot.
then you
guy?
gotta bet.
I
Then you
think he's
gotta
good.
send someone
Yeah, yeah.
down. Then you have to send
Well,
someone
yeah.
down.
Yeah, no, fuck
What
that.
you
Cut that
send Billy
dude, bro.
Cook, Billy Cook
It's
or
like,
Callahan down?
yeah, Billy
Like
Cook, get him out of here. I
I
don't
don't even
care
know if
about
he's
him
on the
raising the
roster.
cone. No, I don't think he
No, he
is. I
probably
think
is. But
he's probably not. I think we have to drop. I think you have to drop Magnum or one of those guys that are playing
no, you
Magnum,
can't drop
Callahan,
Mangum.
or
Mangum is he's the only
well, you
other guy
have
that can
to. I
play
think
center
it's
field.
Magnum. I think it's Magnum, Tyler Callahan, and then there's one other guy that I think you have an opportunity to drop. I can't name it, but
Is it
those
not?
two guys.
I think it's at that point where you're rounding the corner where you might have to DFA Ozuna and just bite the pill on
Oh
that
yeah, if you're
I'm
contract.
down
racing
with
for
it.
like those guys, Callahan and Magnum has been playing great. I think that's the obvious choice, but bro, didn't we give him a good amount of money? Like, do they
That's
really
what
want
I'm
to
just
do?
saying. I mean, you could pay him
It's
that.
like
I'd rather pay him that money than have him on the bench at this point.
Yeah,
it
I'd
just
rather pay
sucks.
him the
Like he
money
was
to sit
supposed to
at
be
home.
such a glue guy in that fifth, fourth spot for us, and it's
Even
just
if he was a fraction of the player he was last year, we'd be such a better team. Like
yeah,
despite the bullpen and the pitching, which like the hitting isn't the problem, but still, even if he did contribute, that we'd be a better team.
that's a good point. I don't know who we bring down, and that's well. Then who do you think gets if
It's
he
got
gets
to be
down?
him.
Then yeah, but then if he gets pulled down, who goes in the DH spot? Cruz
Well, also,
or we go Spencer
I think
Horwitz?
Reynolds. I think you put Reynolds in the DH spot, and you put left field. You put O'Hearn. Right field. You put Valdez, and center. You put Cruz. Or you put Horowitz in the outfield, and you put O'Hearn at DH. I don't
I
know.
just hate. I don't like O'Hearn in the right field. That's my thing, and I don't like him
You
in right
could
field.
DH him.
I'd rather have him either that or just put him at first base and then DH Horwitz, right? Or
Matt
just one of
Clement
them.
talked about this on the fan. I heard. This is your spot that you could potentially trade a bat. Like, do you trade
Yeah.
a Cruz? Like, I've heard people talking about, like
Yes.
him specifically talking about, like you have this position where you have to sign Skenes, you have to sign these guys that are coming up. Cruz is going to warrant a dollar that you probably won't pay
hmm
with his speed and his power. Is he the guy you're trading? Maybe you
Just
run Valdez, O'Hearn, and Reynolds in the outfield.
depends on how much he's worth because he was worth a lot. I remember when or when teams are rumored they wanted to go get him or whatnot,
And that's when
and
he wasn't as good as he is
yeah,
now. He wasn't
yeah,
even as
that's
good as
true.
he is now.
hmm That, yeah, that's a good point. I don't know.
Like, what do
Maybe
you do?
we'll.
What do you do? What would
I
you
think.
do?
I think the toughest thing, I think the obvious reason if you're trying to go for playoffs, 100%, you get rid of Ozuna and just give him his money, 100%. But then it's like I don't know. I have to see who like we actually if we keep Ozuna, like who do we actually have to drop? I know it's Magnum, I know it's Callahan, and I don't know who else is in that spot, but
Well,
um,
I think it would be three or four bench players because then the whole lineup, and then four, and then the five pitchers, and then the nine in
yeah.
the rotations, or the nine in the
I think
bullpen. So,
yeah, either do that or but like the biggest thing is even coming up from the like you got to get reliever. Like that's the main like and like you said, trading Cruz. Maybe we could get like a good reliever or whatnot out of there. Obviously, there's a lot of talk about Chapman and all that, and obviously your boy, by the way, I just wanted to mention Bednar is killing
he's
it for the
killing it.
Yankees
He's
right now. He
killing
has
it.
zero earned
He's killing
runs,
it.
6 saves. He's the only reliever that has 6 saves. I think it is somewhere around there in zero earned runs. He's killing it, and it's just crazy.
I
Every time when a player leaves the Pirates, they just go crazy.
Well, also, I think it says a lot about the Pirates fan base because when this trade was originally done, there was a lot of people jumping in the town's choir about the
hmm
Flores prospect and about how
hmm
good the return was, about how, oh, Bednar is going to be hitting free agency soon. It was a good
hmm
money deal.
hmm
And now we have this, and then people were like, oh, if we had Bednar, we'd be so much better. And we just trade him for a fourth string catcher. Like,
hmm
I don't know. It says a lot about the Pirates fan base, I think.
Yeah. But moving into the National Series, game one, obviously we're still on the road. Foster Griffin got the mound. He went 5 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run with 2 strikeouts. Mitch Keller got the mound. An all right start from him. He went 6 innings, 8 hits, 5 earned runs with 1 strikeout. Isaac Matson, not a good game at all from him. He gave up 4 runs, and Tyler Callahan got to start again to close out the game for us. Obviously, the bats didn't show up this game except in the ninth inning. We did score 4 runs, which kept it a little close, but the Nats bullpen played pretty well. Reynolds did get a home run. He went 2 for 5. Valdez went 3 for 4. Konnor Griffin had a couple hits. Mostly our whole team got a couple hits. We had 13 hits, but couldn't score any runners on base. Nats win 9-5. Going into game 2, Pirates versus Nationals. Carson Palmquist, he won 1 inning, 4 hits, 4 runs, 3 strikeouts. I think it was another bullpen game for the Nationals. No, not another one, but they did go bullpen game this game. Ashcraft got the mound again. He went 5 innings, 6 hits, 1 run, 7 strikeouts. Another great game from him. Bullpen played really well, and 0 earned runs from Ramirez, Montgomery, Santana, and Cam Sanders. But the bats did back up the bullpen as well, showing out Nick Gonzalez. He went 2 for 3. Reynolds went 2 for 5. Hearn went 2 for 4, and so on and so on. Pirates did win 7-1. Going into the final game, game 3, Pirates versus Nationals. Cade Savali, he went 2 for 1, or he went 2.5 innings, 6 hits, 3 earned runs with 3 strikeouts. Bubba Chandler got the mound. He went 4 innings, 6 hits, 4 earned runs with 0 strikeouts. Mason Montgomery, Isaac Matson, Gregory Soto, and Dennis Santana played pretty solid in the bullpen. It was an okay game by Bubba. Great from the bullpen, like I said. We were all over Brad Lord and Justin Lawrence, which obviously a couple weeks ago we let go of Justin Lawrence. It was kind of funny. We played him. He was on the Pirates and whatnot. We kind of lit it up on him. I think he gave up like 2 earned runs. But the Pirates were all over. I think there was only 2 guys in our batting order that didn't get a hit. Majority of our lineup got hits. Pirates did win 11-5. And Pirates did win this series 2-1. Like I said, it's great to win series, especially some like this, and especially when you come off a Phillies split series, which is great. But looking into the Pirates' outlook, obviously you have the Braves. They're killing it right now. And obviously the Brewers, they're still rolling. Like I said, it's a 6-game stance, 3-3. But looking at the National League Central, Reds are 41-48. We're still sitting the same at 46-45, just right at 500. Last episode, we were still at 500, didn't improve at all. Cardinals are 47-40. Cubs are 50-40, and the Brewers, like I said, they're still rolling. They're 55-33. So it's a tough stretch, especially. I mean, you got the Braves and the Brewers, 2 of the best teams right now, honestly. I think it's best if we split series against these teams. I think that's the biggest win-win. And obviously, if we win a series, that's huge. But yeah, there's nothing much to
I
talk
think you're
about
right.
there.
Yeah,
I think you're right. I mean, it's at that point where it is in the dog days. They need to really put some results together. You're in the All-Star break a little bit, so you can kind of like skid a little bit and let the break, build some momentum and regroup after it. But they got to make a move. They got to get a reliever. They got to figure it out. They've built themselves an excellent first half of the season. The second half, they could be completely different. Like we've seen it every year. There's a team that is completely different first half and second half. Like the season is so long that there's opportunities. The Braves is going to be tough. They have, that was a very good series when they played them earlier. They're very banged up.
Yep.
It'll be interesting if, they just signed Kutch. He probably won't play. He was in the minor league deal. I don't think he'll play this series, but it'll be interesting to see just, how those holes that they have with the injuries are patched and what they can do. I think the Braves and the Brewers, it's very testy. I think they could build some momentum here. I'm very happy with what they did over these few weeks. We were very negative of what they did and with these injuries, but I think they put some decent results together. And I think going together, if they can, win 2 games over the Braves, which I think is positive, win the series, I wouldn't be surprised if they at least steal a game or 2 over the Brewers. I don't think they probably will win the series, but I think they could at least give some tests.
Yeah, our bats were great over the 6 games.
I mean, I think we've talked about how we've gone off the rails a little bit and how it's gone a little bit tough through this part of the season. I think that this stretch that we just talked about has gotten us back on the right track a little bit. Having a competitive series where we split against the Phillies and beating a team that we should beat in the Nationals. You know, tough matchups like you guys talked about, but I think if we can even just pull out 3 games out of this, that would be
Hmm.
good. Like 3 games
I
out of a
agree.
6-game span, that's all we need. Because I mean,
I agree.
it's got to stay 500 at this point, and then pull out the games against the teams we need to beat.
Yeah. But the main topic earlier we talked about Paul Skenes in the MLB All-Star. The selections did come out this week. And Paul Skenes, surprisingly, us leading in what hits, RBIs, we're up there with home runs too. Best hit, like everyone is scared to play the Pirates because how good of a hitting team we are. But Paul Skenes was the only guy to strike the All-Star game. Obviously, this is his third straight All-Star selection. He earned the honor, obviously, in his rookie season in 24 and
Mm.
25. Brandon
Bullshit.
Lowe, I felt complete bullshit. If you want
There
to,
you
if we
go.
want to talk
That's all
about
you had.
that,
I cut you off on the exact point
yeah,
that you have to say. We all gonna say it. Brandon Lowe should have made this All-Star game. If there's one Pirate
Yeah.
that's a bona fide make, it should be Brandon Lowe.
And
Well,
when you compare, like we don't even have to talk. Obviously, Brandon Lowe, he's in home runs, he's better in RBIs. But just comparing Ozzy Albies and Brandon Lowe,
yeah.
to be honest, I'm not like. I mean, I know baseball, but like home runs and RBIs is like that's what you look at when you're looking at a player. Am I
You
wrong?
do. Yeah. No, you're
Those are the
right.
two most
And
important categories, and he's ahead of Ozzy Albies. I think maybe just Albies has a better average. I think it is, but like, come on.
mhm. It to me, this selection just feels like they looked at the Pirates and were like, "All right, fucking pick Paul Skenes. He's the biggest name on the team."
Exactly.
I don't know if this might be a hot take to you guys, but if you were gonna pick one pitcher on the Pirates, I would pick Braxton Ashcraft to
No,
make the
we've
All
said
Star
this
game over
weeks ago.
Skenes.
We said this weeks ago. There's a clip we
Yeah,
have where we
it's
said that
crazy.
Ashcraft's a better pitcher.
He should have made
Hmm.
it, not Paul Skenes. If you were gonna pick one pitcher this season
Hmm.
that you were gonna say
No,
is the
no.
All Star guy,
Listen. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. When I sit and look at this rotation, you say pitchers. I'm gonna beat you on a technicality. I think Sisk. I think a lot. The as bad as the
true,
bullpen is, he could have
true,
even made the All-Star game over
true,
Skeens. He hasn't been good, but he has more of a case than Skeens. Skeens is not an
true.
All-Star. He's not.
It feels
He
like
This
said
they're
it.
guy
ba-
isn't
they're
good.
it feels like they're basing it off his 2 good games that he had in May, and they're like, "Oh yeah, he
Hmm.
looked really good then."
No, we
So
know. No, 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 no.
We know
I
it's
That's
know,
we
I
know
not
it's
would
just a
just,
big
I know,
game.
no, I
Let's
It's
know,
another
call a
marketing
Miles,
spade a
but it's
spade.
strategy.
They
just
know
like
what they're
it's just,
basing it off of. It's the popularity
Yeah.
contest.
But
it's
like
just fucking
even
retarded.
like Reynolds, I felt like was able to get in there too. He had a good June. I felt like him and Brandon Marsh were. Marsh had a little bit, but I felt like that still could have been 50-50 with them. I no, I mean I think Marsh just got in there just because obviously fan voting or whatnot, and
No,
obviously
Marsh
it's in
has
Philly.
been good. To be honest,
But he
you
has
have to
been,
Yeah,
yeah.
give
But
this
him.
is his
when you
best
compare the
season of his
stats,
career.
I felt like Reynolds, like they're a toss up. I felt like they're neck and neck. But yeah, Ashcraft should have made it. But the National League starting pitchers are Skeens, Christopher Sanchez deserves it, Jacob Morosi deserves it, Chris Sale deserves it, Shohei
He
Ohtani,
shouldn't
I
even
think he's
pitch.
still. I mean, he might not even
We
pitch.
should
Like
make
so
we should
some of
make
these
his ass
guys,
just sit on the bench the whole
some of these
time.
guys though, like even Zach Wheeler made it as well. But some of these guys might pull out. So then maybe Ashcraft does get it in. But at the end of the day, he
Well,
didn't get
no,
it in at like
Skeens should.
first.
No, we're talking about these guys pulling out. Skeens should be one of those
He
guys.
should.
He said it in his
He's
press
not.
conference. He was surprised that no one else made it. Like, come on, dude, just say how it is. Like, you shouldn't have made it. Like, just be straight up. I
I
don't
think
know.
it would level a lot on his character because a lot on when he came in was this quiet demeanor that he's had.
Mm,
And I've been quite frankly surprised of that quiet demeanor as how much he's taken over the screens. He's been
mm,
pretty good at just advertising and just being a commercial guy. He
mm,
needs to go back to being that silent guy and just getting out of the picture, I think. Declining.
yeah. But at the end of the day, I do think though the MLB. I mean, I think you guys agree too. They should get rid of fan voting. Obviously, we've
Oh
seen with
no,
the
no,
Blue
no, no, no! It's
Jays.
not just
What?
them. It's all sports. All sports should get rid of fan voting. It
Yeah.
should be
Yeah.
a selection of a committee or of the owners that picks what. That's how you incentivize ownership. The owners that are the ones that have bona fide been proven investment to the franchise or the league have been proven that they want to betterment the sport. they're proven to or they're chosen a committee that can pick who's the All-Stars. That's what I think that should
Well, I
be.
feel like
Because this
also, I just
fan
feel like
voting is terrible.
through all sports, I feel like an all-star, like whatever you want to call someone in different sports, like I feel like it doesn't even mean anything anymore. It's like not even
No,
like
it doesn't.
it
It
doesn't
It
mean
doesn't.
doesn't.
shit.
Well,
Like
because
it's
all the
like
games are
every year.
bullshit.
Yeah, it doesn't mean
I
anything
mean, it's
anymore.
weird. Even the fucking MLB All-Star game feels useless, and that game literally determines who gets home field advantage in the World Series. Still, like that's the
Yeah.
dumbest shit ever.
Whoever like that's yeah, it is. But moving away from Pirates baseball, there is no talk with the Steelers. Obviously, they're almost in training camp. I think it's one more month away. And then they'll
Hmm.
be in training camp, and we'll have a lot more news, especially because we're able to actually see what the players are doing on the field. But going into the Penguins, obviously, there's a lot to talk about. Obviously, NHL is in free agency right now. Update on Darnell Nurse situation. He did go to the San Jose Sharks. San Jose Sharks took on his whole contract, um, and they
No
received
retention.
no retention at
No
all. Sharks took on
retention.
the full contract. I can't tell you. I'm gonna be honest. I only know how to pronounce Zach Sharp. I do not know how to pronounce the other guy that got traded.
Hold on.
Um,
Birthday wish right here. Shakir Muk
Mo,
Mukamaladeen.
yeah,
Mukamaladeen.
something like that. But like they did take
Shakir
on the whole
Mukamaladeen.
contract. I was looking into it.
Look,
The reason why he didn't go to Pittsburgh was because obviously, apparently Dubas did not want to take. He wanted the Oilers to take the full retention. Like they wanted him to. We didn't want to pay a dime for Nurse at all. Apparently, we didn't want to pay him at all. And then obviously they didn't want to do that, so that trade didn't get
yeah, that was
happened.
never gonna happen.
His contract's insane, but the Sharks, I felt I mean, they're able to do that, obviously, with how young talent they are right now. And I think it's a good addition for them. Obviously, the contract doesn't hold up as much, but at the end of the day, they were able to do it. But update on the Jason Robertson situation. Robertson was not willing to play in Seattle. I did get this from an article, so I've seen it in multiple articles, so this is 100% true, I believe. But the Penguins believe the winger would be willing to play in Pittsburgh. Penguin sources said Dallas is more interested in Penguins' young assets than its veterans. Dubas admitted last week, this was during the draft, by the way. Dubas admitted last weekend that he tried tirelessly to move up in the draft by several counts. He also tried to make a quite splash by landing Robertson. It didn't happen, but Dubas is not giving up. And what he is not giving up is he did sign Nick Robertson, which Nick Robertson is his brother, which is kind of
Got
a
one
weird
of them.
situation. He got one of them. I feel like that was a good play by him. He maybe get his brother, and then maybe the other brother will want to come and play. And Nick Robertson don't like he's a good player. He
No, he
played
is.
78
That's
games,
what it
16
is.
goals, 16 assists, 32 points. Honestly, really like he's a good guy. We got him for a 2028 fourth round pick in the 2025-2026. But yeah, he's a good player. Don't overview just Jason Robertson. His brother's also a solid caliber player. Hendricks Laperi. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I don't think I'm
LaPierre.
saying that. Lafayette, yeah,
Lapierre?
Lafayette.
Lapierre.
Lafayette. He was acquired by the
Why you
Capitals
put
for a
an F in it?
2027 third round pick and a 2028 fifth round pick. He played 74 games, 4 goals, 12 assists, 16 points. Solid by him. He did just sign a 2-year contract with the Penguins after the trade. Kaden Korzak, another good guy. He was acquired from the
Defense.
Golden Knights.
Can we talk about
For
that
Parker.
one?
What?
This Caden
Lapierre?
one that you're talking about.
Yeah. He played, let me just read the stats off real quick. He played 78 games, 4 goals, 12 assists, 16 points for Parker Witherspoon. Parker was like, I felt like it was a good trade.
You don't feel like it was a good trade?
No, I do think it was a good trade.
You do? See, I don't know, because Parker is a left-handed guy. Like that. That
Yeah,
was
we
our
need
biggest
left-handed
need.
guys.
We don't have left-handed guys. Now we have this surplus of right-handed defensemen. Like this has been
Mhm.
the main point.
Mhm.
Like getting him, it's weird. It's weird. It definitely feels like there's moves coming.
Oh,
It's
100%. This
with
isn't done.
Carlson being the first move that Dubas made. It's weird that he would dish him again, but a lot of the dialogue has been that Carlson might not be safe. They do have a surplus of right-handed defensemen. They need someone to play the left-hand side, and they don't.
Yeah. Well, I just think if we do get Jason Robertson back on the Robertson situation, I think Eric Carlson's probably going to be in that trade.
Oh yeah.
100%.
Oh
I think that
no, he
I
won't.
think
No, he
100%.
won't.
We'll probably take some
No, he
retention
won't.
from it.
I'm guaranteeing the trade right now will be Raquel, Kindle, and 2 first-round picks.
I would say Raquel or Russ. Kindle, we're not going to get
No,
rid
you're
of
not giving
Kindle.
up both of them. You're giving up one of them. One of them, not both. Because I don't think Dallas is trading him because they have a salary problem. They're not going to want to take on all that salary. And if you want
Yeah,
to
we'll
trade
see.
one of them, you're trading Raquel over Rust. You're not trading Rust.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah, I don't
And
want
then
to
if
trade
you're
Russ.
trading, and if you're trading, and then if you're definitely packaging Russ or Raquel, then it's either 4 first-round picks or 2
Jeez.
in Kindle. Which one would
But
you
he's
rather
worth it,
do?
though. I know that's a lot, but, like, I think Jason
Well,
Robertson's
also, too,
100%.
he's officially a free agent now. It's July 1st.
Yeah,
So the free
yeah.
agent market's open for Robertson. He's an RFA.
Well, it's
You
hard
could just
for
sign him to a deal, and then you have to RFA
make a match
tender
it.
if they match a deal 4 first-round
That's
picks.
been a big talk before we finish this off. I really wanted to talk about that because how big the
Would you
salary
do
cap is
that?
for the NHL. Bro, Leo Carlson got 18 million. The Flyers, by the way, are probably gonna
I
get
saw
him.
that. I
Like
saw
they're
that.
not
I
gonna
saw
match
that.
that at all. Like the salary cap is insane for the NHL right now. Like 18 million dollars, he will be the most paid NHL player if that deal fully goes through. Like that's just crazy to me. Like the deal, and that's why I'm like, oh, Jason Robinson, he's getting 18 million. Oh, what can I get? Like what can I really like if I really want money, what can I get? And all these other guys like Bedard and all of them, like shit, they might get more.
But
Like
it's the
there's other
RFA
teams.
compensation that kills you.
Yeah,
No other sport has that.
it's
Like, you
crazy.
can't pay 4 first-round picks for Robertson.
Yeah.
Like, you could pay 2, but trade for
No,
his rights
or
and then sign him, you could do. But you cannot just sign him out of an RFA deal. And
we'll
I'm
see.
confident on that.
He
4
always
first-round picks is
says, yeah.
insane.
He always says he's been saying he wants to stay in Dallas, but somehow he just really wants that 12 million number. I think it is. It's 12 or 14 million, something between that. And it just somehow just either just not getting done or they're just dragging it out just to see what offers they get or whatnot, which that's probably the case. Um, but moving back on to the Penguins, they did sign Trevor Van Riemsdyk, which is he a lefty or
Very
righty?
weird.
He's a righty.
Weird.
Oh,
He's a
he's a
righty, and
righty.
it's a weird
Okay.
move. That's what I'm saying. It's a weird
Okay.
move. They signed a righty. They traded a lefty for a righty, and then they signed
Okay.
a righty.
Yeah.
He played.
And
Yeah,
then
he
they
had
left
68.
Shea walk. Who do they have? They have no one on the
He was
left.
going to
They have
give up.
all these righties.
He got, I think, 3 years for 5 million. I will talk about. Yeah, he got 5 years for 20 million. It's right in front
What,
of my
Ryan
face.
Shea with the
Yeah, Ryan Shea with the
Edmonton? Yeah, he
Orioles.
got a deal. He got a
Yeah,
deal.
I mean, we're not
Well,
going to pay him
Declan
that.
Carley is a lefty, Miles, so shut up.
You're right.
Yeah,
My bad.
not that. Declan Carley is a righty. He signed a 2-year contract with the Penguins. He played 61 games, 1 goal, 10 assists. Obviously, that was in the AHL. He got 11 points. But a guy that is kind of the key in this signing, I feel like, out of all these signings, was Andrei Kuzmenko from the Kings, I believe. He signed into a 1-year contract with the Penguins. Obviously, brings a lot of offensive upside. He recorded 36 games, 11 goals, 11 assists, 22 points. I think this is the guy that's going to replace Anthony Mantha, or Mantha, however you want to pronounce it. I think Mantha's not coming back here. We'll talk about that. Oliver Auclair, I don't know how to pronounce it. But he was acquired from the Sabres for the David Gustafson trade. That doesn't make sense. But yeah, we got him. He went 69 games played, 27 goals, 22 assists, 49 points in the AHL. Very solid performance in the AHL. And those are pretty much all of our signings. But the guys that will be leaving, like I said, Anthony Mantha, he's going to be leaving. I don't think we're going to sign him at all. I think that's been confirmed. Kevin Hayes obviously didn't really play for us. He will probably go somewhere else unless we sign up for super cheap. Like we said, Ryan Shea did get the bag. He was going to get the bag. That's why I don't think we signed him, and we didn't want to sign him because he was going to get a lot of money. He went 5 years, 20 million. We didn't want to give him that much money. Parker Wotherspoon, like I said, he got traded. Noah Achari, he's probably gone. His contract's expired. I don't think we'll. I did say in one of my articles that we would re-sign him. I guess we're probably not doing that. I'm not sure. But I felt like he was a good depth forwarder, especially like for a power or a penalty kill. I felt like he's brings a lot of physicality. Stuart Skinner, though, did get a deal with the Winnipeg Jets. He signed for 2 years. And then Connor Clifton on our team last year, he signed with the Bruins. He was a defenseman. I think he was a righty. Or if he was a lefty, that's crazy. He was a righty, yeah. But that was pretty much with the Penguins. Obviously, I
Well,
think
they
we're
signed.
making.
Hold on, you missed. They re-signed Arthur Seelovs.
Yeah, they did sign him. I didn't put it
That's
in.
their
And then
goalie
they did sign.
situation. You talked about their goalie situation.
Then they
There they
signed
are.
Chirikov too. Well,
They
I
did.
knew that was gonna
So
happen. Like I
that's
knew
their.
we were gonna sign
Well, we
those
got to
two.
talk about that. Those were the biggest questions. Were if he could return on the good investments that he's already made,
Mhm.
and he did. So that's what also what mattered. And there's a lot of questions of. I feel like this is the first point where the Dubas saga and GM tenure has come to a bend. Like there's
Mhm.
people genuinely starting to question him, but like I think it's going in a different direction that people would have expected or seen. But I
Mhm.
think it's going good. I like it.
No, 100% it's going good. I mean, I think the biggest thing that he really wants to get done, especially when he got done with that Eric Carlson trade 2 summers ago, he really wants that Jason Robertson trade. I think he really
Do you
wants
think
that.
so?
He wants that bad. He wants
I
that.
think
He
he
wants to
does
pull
too.
that off. He wants to pull that off, especially how he did the Carlson trade. He wants to pull that off. He 100% wants to pull that off, and he can pull. If he pulls that off, especially if he gets a good deal on that, like, come on,
Well,
like,
I
what
don't
else are you
think
gonna
there's a
tell? Like,
good deal that
you traded
exists.
for the best defenseman out of that, coming from that season. You got him. Obviously, it's not a good contract or whatnot, but you got him. And then if you can go out and get Jason Robertson, I mean, kind of like he's been turning our whole franchise around. So
Mhm.
I personally think he really wants that. But obviously, I don't think he's gonna pay. I don't think we'll get rid of Kindle, like you said. I don't think that's. I know they said they want our young assets, but I think he doesn't want to get rid of him at all. But we'll see. But I think that's his main focus right now. But I think all the signings, um, obviously, I really like Andre Kuzmenko. I think he's the key for our signings. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, free agency is still going on. It's not over yet. But another free
Still time to
agency.
cook.
Yeah, and bonus content moving into that a lot in the NBA. We'll go quick with this. Obviously, the headline is LeBron James. He informed the Lakers last week that he will be moving on from the Los Angeles Lakers. And ever since when he said that, what's his name? Rob Pelinka was on the phone making moves. He spent so much money in the span of like 5 to 8 minutes. It was
Gotta
super
fill the
quick how much
void,
money he
man.
spent. But yeah, LeBron's obviously leaving. Obviously, we think he might go to Miami. He might go to Golden State. There's a lot of rumors if they get Anthony Davis out of Golden State, he will actually go there and sign them. Wizards said they're not going to trade Anthony Davis, so we don't know if Warriors are still up in the air. I think he said the Timberwolves might be in there. Obviously, Jaylen Brown just got traded. He might go to the Philadelphia 76ers, maybe go back to Cleveland like I want him to. I want to go watch a game.
What if
Hopefully,
he
he goes
goes
up
to
to
New York,
Cleveland.
man?
I
I
don't think
don't.
he goes to
This
New
might.
York because they just won a
This
championship. He wants everything to be like just because if they didn't win a championship, he would have went to New York.
this
True.
might be a con. Well, first before I say what I'm going to say, I think you'll see him go to a team he's already been to. I
Yeah.
think
Mm.
LeBron's one who cares about the franchise legacy, so he wants to almost like keep it with Cleveland, keep with LA, keep with Miami. So I think it's between those three. Like I doubt LeBron. Like we know he's winding down his career. I doubt him going to like a Philly, which is a team I see heating up
Even
like
like
a
Golden
for
State, like
one year.
I hate when
Like
that was in the
I don't see
conversation. Like I
that.
don't
That
think
would
everyone was
ruin
saying,
his
"Oh, it's
legacy.
in the past. Oh, that he beat them. Like they beat him.
Yeah,
Like
that
we're
would
not like
ruin
no.
his
Like I
legacy. I
think he
don't see
still
him
takes that
doing
to
that.
like
He
you
does.
build Kevin
He
Durant and
does.
everything just to beat LeBron. Like he still like has something
He
there
does.
that's like why like I should have won that championship that
He
year. But
does.
you built a
And that's
super
what I'm
team to
saying.
beat me.
Because when it comes 20 years later, people are going to look at the box scores. Then they're going to see, oh, this guy was playing Golden State so many years, and then he went and joined him
Mhm.
10 years later.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
that'll matter. Like, there will be some sort of historical narrative. I think he'll go back to one of those teams he's played for before. But
100% agree.
went the point that I was going to say, like, a lot of the unks that I've talked to when it comes to basketball don't like LeBron with how much he's hogged the spotlight and what he's done in his career.
Mhm.
I've always been on his side, and I think he's the greatest basketball player. But this is the first time where I feel like it's kind of like he's doing too much.
Yeah, I
I
agree. I
almost feel
agree.
like he's overstaying his welcome, and it's weird to say that for the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He should have just stayed one more year with the Lakers and just
Yeah.
pass the torch to Luca and
Yeah.
ride it out. His
Well,
legacy is not changing, and this just feels like it's worsening it.
Well, can I add on to that? I mean, like when you watch the videos that he's like making with like Bob Does Sports and all of this shit, and like you see like the Instagram posts of like the 2016 Cavs unit, he just seems happier to be away from the game of basketball. And I know he's talked about like he doesn't want to
Yeah.
stop until he can't give everything to the game. It feels like you're not as happy when you're at the game now. So it just feels
Well,
like to
he's
me
doing,
he's
like,
sort of
flicks on-
souring it.
He's like posting on Instagram and everything, doing those reverse little TikToks that were like trending like
Oh my
years ago. Not
God.
TikToks,
Boomerangs.
like Instagram, like yeah, boomerangs. That's what it's called. Like I see him doing it. It's just funny. No,
He
he's
was like,
definitely,
ah!
he's definitely having more fun off the court, and everyone can see that. But I do
I
think
think
I
he's
don't
going
think
to
I think the
Miami.
Warriors situation is just completely. I would love that too. I just don't think. I think the Golden State was just out of just because Steph Curry and all that. Like that's never going to happen. And if that does happen, then that's just I'll lose a little respect for LeBron. Don't go to Golden State. Like they beat you 2 years. Like come on, don't do that. I don't think he will though. But I hated when that was in the conversation because I just didn't believe it at all.
Yeah, and every
But
time I've ever seen a LeBron James jersey edit of him in a Golden State jersey, it always
It
looks
just
so
doesn't look right.
fucking ugly. It's
Yeah.
always so bad. Like blue is not his
Like,
color.
He wouldn't do that too, but the biggest trade so far, obviously, John Morant. He went to the Portland Trail Blazers. Kind of weird to see that. Obviously, he averaged 19 points solid season last year, or he didn't even play. He only played 12 games last
Yeah.
season.
Yeah.
But they got Jeremy Grant and Chris Murray. Jeremy Grant, he's solid. He almost averaged 20 last season. Kind of weird scenario. I don't know if you guys have much to say. I don't really have much to say. It was
I
kind of.
do. It's weird.
It's just
It's
weird.
weird for Portland. It's weird for
It is
Portland.
weird.
For Memphis, I mean, the package was terrible. Jeremy Grant's
Yeah.
like what 30, and
Yeah.
who was the other guy they got?
Chris Murray. He's like
Chris
he
Murray's
averaged 5 points.
not old. Yeah, he's not. He's like 25, 26. He's not gonna be a guy who blossoms. They almost wants to be like they want to move on from that chapter. It kind of feels like Memphis tanked his stock. It almost feels like
Yeah.
they did it. Like the media
Mhm.
coming out of their camp ruined his draft stock. But
I just
with
didn't expect him
Portland-
to go to Portland. Like that just
well,
doesn't.
yeah,
Yeah.
but that's what I was about to say. Like Portland, they have Dame, they have Shaden,
Mhm.
they have Scoot, they have Drew. Drew had a career year. Like they have 4 solid guards, and now they're adding a 5th. A lot of people, when they made this move, was like, "Oh, Shaden Sharp's going to be traded for Jaylen Brown eventually," and we'll get into that eventually. That
Yeah.
trade didn't happen. That didn't materialize. He went somewhere else. But they just have too many guards. And why bring Damian Lillard back? Like you bring Damian Lillard back because you need a guard, and then
Well,
you
what-
trade for a guard.
I guess one of them are going to play shooting guard. I would think Dame's playing shooting guard, and then John Moran has
Yeah,
the rock.
one of them is going to play shooting guard, but you
Yeah.
have Shaden and you have
Yeah.
Scoot. Those are 2 young guys, but then you trade for a guy who could be your young face of the franchise. It feels like they're trading for Ja just to make a gamble.
It's
Play
the one team I
Russian
didn't think he
roulette.
would get traded.
I was
It's
gonna-
the one team I didn't think he would get traded to. Like when I saw that, it was just like,
Yeah. Yeah.
To me, I don't know. Like you guys talking about, like it feels weird. Like to me, it just feels like this trade kind of just happened because they just wanted to get rid of him. That's how it
No,
feels
it
to
did.
me.
It did.
Like to send him to the Trailblazers, you're not getting nothing good from that. So like,
No.
I mean,
I don't even know if they got
Like-
any. Well, they did get picks, I think, but like it wasn't like.
well, yeah, they
too
got a
much.
fuck ton of picks, but like nothing that's
Yeah.
gonna help them right now.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
like,
uh,
Yeah, Memphis is going to be the number 1 pick next year. I mean, they're
yeah.
looking at a front court that has or that a lineup that is like Zach Edey, Cedric Coward. Like their lineup
got
is not
Boozer,
looking
right?
good.
yeah,
did they? They just
Yeah.
got Boozer, right? Yeah, they got Boozer too. But another
Yeah, they're not
shocking
looking
trade.
good.
Not shocking, but like surprising.
he's
thing,
coming
he went back.
home.
Kawhi Leonard's coming home. He went to the Toronto Raptors. Obviously, he didn't play much last season, I don't think, but he did average like 28. They get Brandon Ingram. Obviously, he averaged 25. Grady Dick
No,
got in that trade.
That
He
was a
went
good
15
trade from that
You
was a
got-
good
that's
trade
a
for
really good
Toronto.
trade. That's a
Yeah,
really
Good trade for
but there's-
Clippers.
But then it comes in a situation. I know. I think I don't know if you guys looked at it. Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan. DeMar DeRozan just got fully cut, or
He
however
did.
you say it in
He
NBA
did.
terms or whatnot.
did.
So it's like
He did.
I saw Kyle Lowry posted.
Wait, he got blackballed?
This after.
No, Lowry or DeRozan just got cut. He's at UFA.
Oh,
Yeah,
is he
so then Kyle
really?
Lowry's not. I think he's still in the Sixers, but I think he's still a free agent, so like he can sign with every team. So he posted a video of like, oh, them two might return to Toronto, and it's kind of weird. Oh,
No,
Kawhi Leonard's there or
they
whatnot.
won't.
All the
They
unks.
won't.
All the
Um,
unks together,
unction.
all the OGs back
can
in
we
Toronto.
can we be honest here? And you guys, like, this is not super niche, but Pablo Torre, he has his legendary podcast. He won his Pulitzer Prize. He won it for exposing the fact that Kawhi Leonard got that bogus sponsorship deal with Aspiration, and
He's getting out of
it,
there, dude.
yeah, that's what I was going to say. It almost
He's getting out
feels
of
like
there.
Kawhi's timing for wanting to leave the
He's
United
dodging the
States is
Rico, man.
rather interesting. That his only trade destination would be out of the United States whenever he left Toronto to go back to his family. Interesting. So you're going to leave your family whenever the time gets tough. No, I mean, it feels weird. I'm going to be completely honest.
No, you're
He's
right.
not going to win. Like, he's
No.
not going to go to Toronto to win, and he's not leaving a team that
Well-
was close to winning. It feels like this was an oversplash of his legal issues, to be completely honest with you. That's my opinion.
Well,
You may not agree with that, but that's honest.
No,
I do think
no.
he is kind of being weird.
No, and I agree with you, Miles, because like in reality, how many games is he probably going to play next year? Like 15. So it's like it really just feels like he's trying to escape the country. That's what it feels like.
That's a
dude.
good point.
Like I mean, like I don't. For anybody that doesn't know, Miles, do you want to enlighten what it is that Kawhi Leonard did with the shit?
Well, it was the aspiration. It was. I mean, it's very like complicated, and the legal, ramifications are still going on. So we don't really know. But it's basically like there was this company that the Clippers teamed up with that was basically bogus, and it seems like it was a way to circumvent
Wasn't
the
it like
salary
fake
cap.
trees or something?
It
Like
was,
he
it
was
was the
planting
aspiration.
trees.
Well, basically, the problem with the NBA, I don't know the problem with the corporation. The problem with the NBA that I can speak concretely of is that the problem is that the allegation is that they were giving Kawhi Leonard a less deal on the salary cap and then using the shell
And
company
then
to give him
circumventing it through
to circumvent it through that way.
I see.
To give him to give him a deal that was like, here's your money.
Yeah.
So it's a little weird. The hammer and the shoe has not completely fallen on this issue, so that's why it feels rather convenient. He should have never left Toronto. Let's just keep it at that.
No, that's exactly
let's
right.
move-
That's the moral of the story. He should have never left Toronto.
That's good. Yeah, 100%. That's exactly how I was going to end it. But another trade that happened, like I said, Los
No one
Angeles Lakers
cares.
were on the goddamn phone when LeBron announced that, like, seriously, they were dead ass on the phone when LeBron informed the Lakers that he was not returning. And that kind of is, like, crazy. Like, the LeBron dead ass had full control of that front office, I feel like.
Dude, LeBron has had
100%.
full control of his entire life since 2016, dude. Like, it's like he could do whatever he wants since
and
then.
Rob Pelinka finally can pick up the phone and do his own thing. But they did get Walker Kessler. He played for the Utah Jazz. He averages 12 points, 13 rebounds. He
A little
signed
bit of an
immediately.
oversell.
Yeah,
A little bit
definitely.
over
And
so.
they signed 4 years, 130 million extension. Stephen A. Smith, I know you guys saw what he had to say about. He talked about like, three white boys won't be able to like win it. Like, I felt like that.
Straight up just being racist.
I felt like that was. I just wanted to bring that up because I know
No,
you guys
he
saw that.
was. That's just how it
three
is. I'm
white
gonna
guys
say
are
it
not going
straight
to win you
up.
a championship, bro. You have Luka on the team, dude. What do you like? What?
Bro, what are you
What
talking
does it
about? Look
matter?
back at
Are you retarded, Caleb?
What?
They have the three most athletic positions, or the two guards positions in the center. Those are the white boy positions.
That's what I'm
This
saying.
matters. They have no defense. Oh, I thought you were saying that he was wrong. He's right.
No.
They need some. The three
No, but
white
no,
boy
I'm saying
core
he's
is not going
wrong.
to work.
Me and Logan were saying he's wrong.
No, he's right. He's right. The three white boy core is not going to work.
Well, yeah,
No.
okay, you're tweaking. Like,
What?
dude,
No,
what?
this core is not. It's not about them being white. All right, let's not turn this into
Okay,
an
well,
issue.
yeah,
There's
no,
one
I'm
of
not
these-
saying that.
I thought that's what you were saying. You
no,
were
but
saying
these play
like,
style, no, but these play styles are not.
okay,
gonna
well
mesh.
that, yeah.
It reminds
Well,
me
no,
almost of the Donovan Mitchell with the
just feel like
Jazz,
he was
where it was like
downplaying
Rudy
them like that.
Gobert.
No, Miles, that's what we're saying.
No,
It's not. He
no,
was talking. He
don't-
wasn't talking about play style. He was literally just talking about fucking race.
That's
Well,
what I felt
he's
like.
pumping his presidential campaign, so we could
True.
pump
He's
that
trying-
later.
he's
you're
trying to
right,
run
you're
for
right,
president.
you're right,
That's
you're
good.
right,
He's
you're right.
trying to run for president.
But genuinely though, I mean, regardless or not, like these three guys are not good enough to build a core.
Yeah, no.
I mean,
No.
like Austin
Well-
Reeves should not have got the contract that he did.
Oh my God. Did you
4
see the
years,
photo of him on the
185.
golf course after
He
got
was
it?
laying down. He was laying
that's
down
how
on
you know
the
he
golf
finessed
course.
the fuck out of them, dude.
But yeah, I mean, the Lakers are so cursed at center that they traded away DeAndre Ayton for nothing. And I know his value was cursed. I mean, but Kessler was offered. I saw a breakdown of the taxes. The deal he was offered by the Jazz that he didn't want to take would have been damn near equal to the deal that he would have taken right now that he was so happy to accept because of the heavy California taxes. So
Mhm.
I don't know. I just feel like Kessler, he's not proven enough to be a bona fide winning
No.
center.
He's
I
just
don't
a
think
shooting
he is.
center. He has no
The
defense.
signing
He's
shocked
a shooter,
me.
right? Like that's
Dude,
his
No, I
main-
think he's a defensive center. If
Yeah,
anything,
yeah. He averages 3 blocks
he's a
game,
block.
Caleb.
Yeah, he's a block guy.
And he averages
Well.
13 rebounds, so...
Yeah, he's
Right,
he's like a
it's his
rim
run.
running center that could block, and that's it. They have. I just don't think they have. And then they lost Rui. Like I don't think they have the
did.
physical guys.
Bye-bye.
He stayed in Los
They
Angeles.
don't-
He went to the Clippers.
Yeah, he went to the Clippers. Like I don't think they have like the guys that could play those physical roles that could guard the 1 through 5. Like Kessler can guard the 5, but that backcourt can't guard their natural position. So you need someone who could guard the 1 and the 2, and you don't have it.
Yeah, the whole game 1 of the Rocket series, that full starting lineup for the Lakers are not together anymore. They're all gone. Well, except Reeves, but
R.I.P.
yeah. But another big trade. Honestly, this has been happening for years. I feel like when I was looking at like Celtics been trying to trade Jaylen Brown for like 2 years already.
Yeah.
So they finally, I don't know why they wanted it. Like I don't get it.
They missed out on him by 1 pick. What are you talking about?
It's just I don't get why they traded him. I don't understand why they were so like for 2 years they were trying to get a package
Yeah,
for him.
money.
True. That's
This is
true.
this is the main thing. I've heard people arguing that the ownership was a different, that they sold, and that the private equity was a problem, and that they were trying to maximize the profit with everything. But that's just the ownership, and that's very niche to their fan base. So that doesn't make sense to
Jaylen Brown, obviously.
our view.
Yeah, obviously the 76ers, they got Jaylen Brown. Obviously, he almost averaged 27. He had a really good season for the Celtics. What's his name? Tatum was out pretty much, so he was kind of the main guy for the Celtics. And obviously, you've seen the stats how they are. But they did get Paul George, got a couple picks too as well. Yeah, Paul George. I don't know what to feel. Obviously, it's a win for the 76ers. I feel like 100%.
No.
I was just gonna say no.
Oh wow!
just the other
I'm glad
line.
you're saying this, Logan.
Okay, I wanted to talk about this because I talked to
I
our
want to talk
friend
about this
They're
too.
getting
Go,
Paul
Logan.
George and a bunch of picks.
No, Caleb, just let me. Whenever I heard this, the first thing I texted our fellow 76ers friend Brian. I was like, "Holy shit, you got Jaylen Brown!" And whenever he was not happy about it, and then that got me thinking about it. And then whenever you really do look at it, you're trading for Jaylen Brown, who's basically, it's gonna sound disrespectful, but he's a younger Paul George right now. Like it just that's the way I see it. You kind of just get a younger, better Paul George, but then you trade away your whole future with the picks, and you have time. You're losing time with Embiid. I don't see this move. This move doesn't make sense to me.
I think you're on the right frame of thought when it comes to them being comparable players and then the picks. I think the picks is the biggest loss. That's my view, is the picks the biggest loss. But
Was there a lot of picks? I should have wrote it in the
Dude, they
it
fucking
was
traded
one or
off-
two. It was one or
pretty
two, but
much
it was
their whole-
minor. But I think you're right in the saying of their play styles. But I don't think comparing them to directly is right. I think Paul George right now is a very competent off-ball player. Jaylen isn't. Jaylen Brown is a guy right now in his career, and you've seen it on the live stream. He wants the ball. He's not going to get the ball when he's going to a backcourt with a young guy like Edgecombe and Maxey. I don't think
that's what I was
this
trying
is
to
a
get at
comparable
with
deal.
it.
But I see that's what you were trying to get. Like they could play the same. But
No, I'm
Paul,
saying
the
is they're
difference
not.
is
He's not going to work in that system. He's not
he
going to work in
won't.
that system.
I think Paul George will work in the Celtics because they have
Yeah,
ball handlers. They're
So
expecting Pritchard. What they're saying is they're expecting Pritchard to have like a really big year. They have Derek
okay,
White. They have
yeah, I forgot about them
Tatum.
too.
Like I think George is just going to be an off ball guy in defense. That's what his biggest thing. Jaylen Brown cannot hold a candle to Paul George's defense.
yeah. I don't
Paul
think
George is a really good defender.
like okay. Well, what?
This is
Okay,
a
I
good
agree with what
move.
you were
So is this
saying, and
100%? Is this Jalen? Like, is this the win now for, or is this the future for the Celtics?
No, this is a balancing move. This
Okay.
is a
yeah,
move where you're not going to keep Jaylen Brown and Tatum
Mhm.
together forever, and you're
Mhm.
cashing in to try to win now, but also leverage the future,
Okay.
I
which
think
is
that.
what a smart GM does. Which is what Brad Stevens is, the best GM in the league, I think, and people are clowning him like he's not.
Mhm.
Paul
I
Uh,
don't
George.
know. I think it was a great deal.
Yeah.
I
Uh,
just Jaylen
What,
Brown
Logan?
in a Sixers jersey, man. It's just I don't know. The move just does not feel right. It just doesn't feel right.
It
well,
just doesn't
obviously, if
I
feel
Embiid, like if
competent
because
for
Embiid
them.
also
stays
because
healthy,
also to
if
me too because like the way I see it is like that's a move for them to win right now,
yeah,
obviously, and getting Jaylen Brown. But it like Miles, you were talking about how like they lose out on that off ball defending and that being able to play off ball like that Paul George had. So to me, like you kind of connected it. It just feels like a step back. Like as big as the name is, it feels like a step back in what the process is really.
Yeah, it
we'll
just it just feels like if you were to invest heavily in this team, and I don't know where they would have done, but it just feels like you should have invested in the wings. Like you should have
Mm-hmm.
kept Paul George and you should have kept Oubre. You should have
Mm-hmm.
kept the guy who could, you know, develop alongside Edgecombe, develop alongside Maxi. But then you got a guy who throws a wrench into that. That's the biggest problem with me. It
Hey,
is. It's
and
like
then
there's only one basketball, and then you got Edgecombe, who's so promising, and Maxi, who turned and he could almost be MVP caliber one day if he
yeah,
really puts it all together. And
yeah.
then you throw in another guy who wants to be ball dominant. It just feels like you're sabotaging yourself. Especially, I don't know.
And then, I mean, call it back to the Jared McCain trade. That's a guy that can play off ball, and he's a real sharpshooter. And he was a
Yeah,
young guy. I thought
yeah,
that trade was horrible. So to me,
yeah.
it just doesn't feel like they're making the right moves. You know, you could have kept Jared. You could have kept all these players, like you're saying.
true.
I feel like they would have been in a better position than after this trade.
Yeah, I think that's a great way to end that one. I don't know what else to say. I don't know much ball when it comes to basketball. Y'all know more ball than me. But Santi Aldama also got traded. He played for the Grizzlies. He went to the Dallas Mavericks. Obviously, I'm a Dallas Mavericks fan. Like we said a
This
couple
guy's
episodes,
good.
I'm a Mavericks fan. Yeah, he is.
This
Yeah,
guy's
Um,
good. He's good
I
off the ball.
he was a
We were
dog in
just
fantasy.
like we were saying, like off
he
ball.
was.
This guy is a good complementary piece. Obviously, the 15 points per game is inflated by him being in Memphis, but like this guy will be good in Dallas. It's weird. Like I respect Masai Ujiri because he's the guy who pulled the Kawhi trade originally in Toronto,
Mhm.
but I don't know what you guys are doing in Dallas. And I know you somewhat still claim them because you're a Kyrie guy, but Dallas is the one franchise that there's a lot of like eyes on. I would keep an eye on Dallas. There's a lot of
Yeah.
weird things going on with there.
Yeah. But some of the biggest signings, obviously, we talked about Reeves. He got 4 years, 185 million. I think majority of that's guaranteed, right? I think
I'm pretty
majority of
sure.
majority of it is.
Yeah.
Trey Young
I think
obviously
it's like
signed 4 years. I
140.
think those. Yeah, I think Trey Young already signed. He signed a couple weeks ago already. He had 4 years, 212 million to stay with the Wizards. He took a bag deal. Um, Obviously, Logan, you're a Heat fan. Andrew Wiggins returned. He went 3 years,
Took a pay
64
cut.
million. So yeah, Norman Powell though did leave you guys. He went to the Bulls for 2 years, 45 million.
Uh,
There wasn't really many good signings. Did what or one that I felt like was the main one out of all
Mitchell
these were
Robinson.
Mitchell Robinson.
Mitchell
Yeah,
Robinson. Mitchell Robinson
signed with the
was the
Celtics.
biggest signing.
He
That was a
went
great
3 years,
signing.
47.4 million. I mean, he got the bag. I felt like that was the most catchy one out of all of them.
Hmm.
Um, your guys like, I think that's perfect for the Celtics.
I think it's a great fit.
Yeah.
I think it's a great fit.
Oh, he's a
That's
guy
all there
who
is to
can
it.
play an absolutely great complementary role. And
Hmm.
you saw it how much the
Mm-hmm.
Knicks missed him, just his presence, even knowing they're not going to have him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit of an overpay, but like you picture that five, and you have Tatum at your four, Mitchell at your five, George at your three, Pritchard at your one, and then what? I presume they bring back Derek White at the two. Like I don't see any problems with that lineup. They have a good spacing. I think Mitchell Robinson's a very underrated piece for the
It's not a
Knicks.
bad
This is
take.
going to be tough. This is going to be tough.
Yeah.
Who did they sign? They've signed someone. I know they've signed someone that they were going to try to patch this hole with, but this might honestly be the most underrated piece for them to try to, patch up.
Yeah, I mean the Lakers signed Colin Sexton. That was give him 2 years, 19 million. Colin Sexton, like, dude, he's been like a toss around. Like I remember when he was
Oh,
like
he was so
solid, like
promising too.
he
He
was
was
so
so
promising, and
promising.
he's just maybe he finds it with the Lakers. But yeah, that was pretty much all the
Rerun
major
of the
signings.
Lakers.
There was a lot more, but honestly, there wasn't really much to mention that was significant other than the Mitchell Robinson. I felt like, but. Moving away from NBA, another bonus content, the UFC card. Saturday this week, Conor McGregor is back in
Holy
the
shit, that's
ring.
this week.
This week, Conor
Mm-hmm.
McGregor versus Max
Mm-hmm.
Holloway for the main event.
That's crazy.
Obviously, we can go up the card. King Green goes against Terrence McKinley.
Thank you
Brandon
for
Royal
being
goes
respectful and
against
not calling him Bobby, by the way. Sorry to cut you off. Thank you for calling him King
King
Green.
Green.
Thank you for
Yeah.
calling him King Green.
Corey Sandhagen versus Mario, BSD versus Paddy Pimblett, which should be this is going to be like the two top, well, obviously Conor McGregor, that's an awesome fight, but I think the main thing, the biggest fight here is the Paddy Pimblett versus BSD. I think if Paddy Pimblett can beat BSD 100%.
Dude, what are you talking about?
No,
It's Connor's return.
BST.
It's not the
No,
biggest
yeah.
fight.
But I
BST has
think it's
been
just
continuously fraud checked. BST's a
no, I just think
bum.
it's
No one
I
cares
think
about
this
this
is big
guy.
for Paddy Pimblett. I think this is
Oh,
big
okay.
for him
No, it
to win a
isn't. No, it
title.
isn't. No, it isn't.
I think Conor McGregor, like if he wins or loses, he's gonna go back in retirement. He's not gonna fight again. He's not.
No, he's not going to pull John Jones. He's not going
He's
to pull
not
John
going
Okay,
Jones.
maybe he
back
does,
into
but like
retirement.
I just feel like just right now, I think Paddy Pimblett. I think this is the fight I really want to watch. Like obviously, I want to watch Conor. Like that's obvious. Like that's clear. Obviously, I want to watch Conor versus Max Holloway. But if I go for a second fight, Paddy Pimblett, I feel like this is really important for him.
I think you're looking at
If
the
he
wrong
loses,
one. I think
if
King
he
Green
loses,
and Terrence
then
McKinney
what
is going to
happens?
be better.
Sure, but I just think it's good for Paddy. If he beats him, he gets a fucking title shot.
I mean, yeah.
He does.
Like what? Like how is that? How is that not? He gets a fucking title shot if he beats BSD.
I don't
Well,
believe
I mean,
that
actually,
Paddy
I don't know. I
deserves
feel
the
like
title
no.
shot.
I think actually, no. Actually, I kind
But
of
if
agree
he-
with Miles. I think since Paddy lost to Gaethje and Gaethje is now the title holder, I feel like he kind of has to win like 2 fights to kind of get that, earn that again. You know, I don't know, because he whooped his ass bad. Like it
But
did not
also
look like he was close to
wants
that.
UFC likes marketing, and they probably would rather put Padley and,
Well,
and
okay,
Justin,
but
and I feel like that's the scenario that's going to
we're
happen.
missing the main topic that Conor McGregor tweeted nothing
yeah, let
about
me get
Dustin
back on. Let me get back.
Poirier's
Conor-
body cam footage. Like that's how locked in this motherfucker is, guys. I don't think you
Yes.
guys understand this.
My
He is
bad.
back.
Let me get back on. Let me get
Mystic
back on
Mac
Conor
is
McGregor.
back.
Obviously Max Holloway, he's coming off. I think he was coming off a couple wins. Yeah, Conor McGregor. I don't know what to expect from him. I really don't. I don't really know what else to say. I don't know if you guys have much to say.
Well,
But it is
so
exciting.
they're fighting at
Obviously, I wasn't a big
170.
UFC. Yeah, once welterweight. And Max Holloway's he doesn't fight. This isn't his weight,
I
obviously.
think
well,
this
then
will be
Connor's
good
gonna
for
win.
Connor. I think this
Yeah.
will be
Yeah.
good for Connor.
But he is locked in, like Logan said on his Instagram and all that. I don't see him like
Hasn't
he's
said
dialed
shit.
in.
Hasn't said shit about Dustin Poirier, man. Like that's how you know, dude.
I'm excited for
I
this.
don't buy it. I
I
think
was
there's a
just-
little bit of falsity when it comes with his. You got to remember, just 6 months ago, a year ago, he was off the deep end. I don't think he's fully there yet. Just
Oh yeah, when he was like with Michael Perry and all of them, like,
Michael
just
they're
off
Chandler.
the
fighting.
drugs. I just don't think he's fully there yet. I
But he's
think he's. I
clean.
think he's valid.
He's
No, I
clean.
think he's
He's been
clean.
No,
I
I
think
think
he's
he's
clean.
years.
Okay, wait. Can we predict what's gonna? Okay, let's predict what's gonna happen. Then let's predict the fight.
It's going to be
Um,
decision. It's going to be a decision. I don't think there's going to be a knockout.
Decision which way though?
Holloway, split decision. Holloway.
I think Conor McGregor wins KO first round.
Wow.
I was gonna
First
say
round?
I think Conor McGregor wins it somehow in the 4th round.
The Mac is back. The double champ does what the fuck he wants.
Yep.
Dude, he's. I'm excited though. I got a little too card off with Patty Pimblett and all that, but yeah, this Conor. I can't wait for this fight.
It's been a
you
long
guys
time
do think
coming.
like even if he wins or loses, if he loses, you guys think he's still gonna get it back in the ring? He doesn't
If
need
he
the money.
retires, no, if he loses, he'll fight like a Chandler or something for a money fight and then retire.
Yeah.
If he wins,
If
then
he gets-
he'll fast track for the belt. That's my opinion.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
for
great.
sure.
He'll try to like go for the BMF or go for the welterweight.
Dude,
He'll go for something
mean-
like mediocre.
Like Miles,
He's
you're
that
talking about
hungry?
you don't. No,
Yeah, I
that's
think
what
he
I was gonna say,
is.
Miles. You were talking about like how you don't know if he's all the way there yet. It's like I saw one of his most recent interviews and he was talking about how like fighting is the thing that gives him that fire, and fighting is the thing that like he knows he loves, and like when he's back in training and doing this, and he just feels good, and I think if he wins this, he's gonna definitely fast track to the title, and like you said, if he loses, Michael Chandler is gonna be knocking at that door again.
They've never even had a
Absolutely.
press. They have the press conferences this week. Yeah, you're right. I was like, they never even had a press conference, but I'm like,
It'll be
week, so
very
they're gonna have
interesting
one.
to see the version of him we do get at the press
Yeah.
Oh,
conference.
we're gonna get the same
Like,
version. You
it-
see him when he does the
no,
when he
we
does
won't.
the
No, we
No,
won't.
it's
bare
not gonna be
knuckle
Kung
shit.
Fu Master Connor.
It's gonna be very mediocre, like Dustin Poirier. Was it 2 build up where
Yeah.
he's ultra respectful? He's gonna be ultra respectful and not
gonna be
be super
respectful.
over the top.
Come on.
Yeah,
Well,
I
you
bet he
saw it
will.
when they were talking when Joe Rogan had that thing on the UFC White House thing.
Shut
that
up,
ad,
Max. I saw that. Yeah, I did see that.
We'll see.
I
I'm
don't-
excited.
I don't know.
I wasn't a big UFC fan, so I couldn't see much of Connor's fights when I was little. So I'm excited that he's back, especially looking back on all those fights and how electric it was. So it should bring the
Well,
same
that's the
amount of
biggest
energy.
thing. That's the biggest thing for it
Yeah.
all is that like it feels like it's full circle for the sport. It needs it for the sport. They need to put this pin on it and actually just like, hey, look, we have a legend. Because all the other legends, just it feels like it doesn't. I don't know. It feels like it's a good legitimizing moment for the sport.
Yeah, it's gonna be an awesome card. But next, honestly, back-to-back banger cards. That's gonna be happening for the UFC. Good for them. But to end off the episode, I just want to talk about real quick. Obviously, for happy late 4th of July or whatnot. But Joey Chestnut won again. 18
GOAT.
times he ate 66 hot dogs. The GOAT, honestly, like, is he better than Tom Brady?
He might be too. I mean, he might be better than all the goats combined. I mean, Tiger Woods ain't got shit on him.
Like, he has 18.
Fucking,
But like,
you know, like-
I didn't watch it, but like, when he ate
Like-
66 hot dogs, obviously that's a lot. But was anyone even
Well,
near fucking?
No,
10 of
no,
that?
no
Like,
one's
was-
ever
was
close.
No one
No
even
one's
near
ever
that's the thing.
close.
That's the thing. This guy has won whenever a fucking protester interrupted him and he fucking chokeslammed the motherfucker and continued to eat and then still won. And the only year he didn't win was whenever he was fucking banned for like going to a different hot dog company.
So he's
this
just
guy,
too
this
good,
guy is
and
the
like,
goat.
but is there not much competition? Like, when his last
I mean,
competition
it's-
was what in
No,
2015?
no, you
Well,
can't say
to
that
be
at
honest-
this point. There is competition. There was Kobayashi who came
Yeah.
over.
Okay.
There's
don't-
competition. There's competition.
Well, like,
No one can
I'll say
compete.
like at the beginning of his like streak or whatever, it's like it was definitely like he was the only motherfucker taking it serious. But then it's like after people saw him taking it serious, it became more serious.
No
so
one
you see
does
more
what
people.
he does. They don't do the
No, they
technique.
can't do what he does. They can't.
It's called the chipmunk.
It's
called
when he
the
just shoves his
chipmunk.
fucking
That's what
cheeks. Yeah, dude, when
where
he
he
fills his
wets
cheeks.
it and he shoves his cheeks. Nobody does that. They try to chew and swallow. Nobody
Yeah.
can do what Chestnut does. And I think we're not commenting on. He's been so in recent history just talked about outside of his hot dog career, just all of his legal troubles that have happened.
yeah, that did
and his
happen.
bar fights and all whatever
Yeah.
it is.
Mm-hmm.
He just shows that it doesn't matter. As long as you can slog down some beef,
Yeah.
you can make it happen. And that's
Dude.
the American dream. And that's why I love that this is July 4th every single fucking year.
I mean, the guy holds the record, I'm pretty sure. I think he eats almost like 60 dogs every July 4th. I mean, what's more American than Joey Chestnut? You know?
Now-
what is?
Now we don't have. I'm sure we don't have much to say much more on this saga, but we can tease. We have our own hot dog challenge coming up
Oh
eventually.
Jesus! Oh
If
Jesus!
you had, let's say, I don't know, what is it, 10 minutes? I think it is in an hour. How many hot dogs do you think you could eat in what is it, 10 minutes? I think it is.
Yeah.
Oh dude!
Wait, it's 10 minutes for them to eat
Like,
that?
I believe so.
I don't know,
Wait,
dude.
actually,
I'm
that
not gonna lie.
shocked
Maybe
me for a
12.
minute. I thought it was more
Maybe
than that.
12. I don't understand how he eats 66. I can
In
maybe
10
eat
minutes?
12
No,
in 10
it
minutes.
has to be more.
It
Has
is
to be
10 minutes.
another
It is 10 minutes. It's 10 minutes.
Yeah, there's
It's
no
10
way
minutes.
you can eat
It's
66
It's 10
dogs.
minutes.
Like, dude,
So
that's
how many
insane.
hot dogs do you think you could eat in 10 minutes?
Could you imagine his shits after that? Could you
I think
imagine?
I think I could eat 20.
I can eat maybe 12.
In
Like,
10
that's
minutes?
like a
Are you
dog per
doing
minute
Do you know how to do
pace.
the water method and all that? Because I don't know how to do that.
No, I can't do that. That's
So
just
Yeah,
you're-
It's
no, I
just
think I
That's
can eat
the
a
method, though. That's
dog
how
per
you get them
minute.
all down. You're going to get 20 in 10 minutes? How?
Well,
gut.
the real thing that gets you is the bread. So
No, I could
the
probably
bread.
do I could probably do 10, probably even 8 to 10. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to
Caleb,
I'm
you
not
have
trying
to
to.
average a dog per minute, man. I can do that. Like,
Hey,
I
I
can
ate
do
7
that.
on 4th of July and I had a couple other food and I was feeling pretty rough. So I don't know, 10 dogs for 10 minutes, like that might be rough.
We're gonna have to show the audience when it comes up here on this next Skenes Day when we do the 999.
Hey,
It's gonna be.
Uh,
This is something we all the audience should keep in their pocket. It's gonna be a good episode coming up.
Yeah.
it's gonna be a good episode.
Shout out Martin. He'll be
Yeah,
excited.
obviously an hour, like this was a very long podcast. Appreciate you guys sticking up with us. But there was a lot of talk about, like we said, NHL free agency, NBA free agency, Pirates, Paul Skenes, Joey Chestnut, and the World Cup. But we'll see you guys in episode 15 of BurghTakes. Appreciate you guys.
Happy birthday, America.
And me.